Yo, my Jenna.
Yes, I am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, yes, sir. So, which part today? Are you in Quebec?
No, Quebec.
Toronto?
D square, D square. And that's like the red, red stands for danger.
No.
Big up Max, big up Top Katina, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah,
all
man,
right,
big
respect,
up
big
Top
man.
Yeah,
by the way, this has nothing to do with nothing. I'll probably cut this out the thing there, but Max, how do you know Max? Where's that from?
Max, I'm a general, man. You ask
So,
too
you know,
many
me and Max
questions.
are family, you know?
Max, I'm a general.
Ah, see. All right, then. All right.
Big
No
up
further.
Uncle Bugs, my little
Yeah,
brother-in-law. Yeah, Max is my general, man. Me and Max is good.
See. Do you need a ladder to look at him? But never mind. Next argument. Right. So,
yeah, man.
before we kick off, I'm in two minds. Do I play a song, or do we just have you introduce yourself?
I'll introduce myself, then you play a song.
See it there?
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Big Bag Junior Dangers from out of the UK. One bad artist, one mad artist who's sick in my head. Never get sleep because me now got bed. Me do my work completely all the while and every time. So first and foremost, let's big up Master God. Big up my wife and my family. And big up yourself and big up myself. See?
Yes,
let's get going.
Yes, sir.
The pleasantries are out of the way now.
So I just want to say, the first time I saw you in the flesh and heard your name that way, I already knew, I know this name. You know, it was a name I knew, and I didn't know why I knew it, but I just knew it.
You just knew it.
Those names.
One of those names.
Yeah, but you know, like it wasn't like, not like, let me say, like one of those names like, oh, it's a Trevor or Winston, but it's just one of those names. You know what? Something about this name that's taking me somewhere, and I, you know,
the name dangerous. You know, the name just dangerous.
Yeah. But you know, Foundation UK artist, and what we're gonna do? All right, first of all, I'm gonna play this song.
Don't know which one it could be, fellas and ladies. I don't know which one it could be.
Right. So I'm gonna play this song, and I'd like you to talk to us about this song. And I guess I would like to start from the very beginning, if you will. But let me play this song first. Right? And then we'll see where it takes us in terms of information and history.
All right, sir. All right.
So boom. And by the way, just so everybody knows, those who are familiar with this platform, this is going to be a different type of chat about reggae session. This is going to be predominantly speech therapy and history. One or two songs, yes. But this is speech therapy, and we are going to be, I mean, me, I don't know about Uno, but I'm listening. I'm sitting at the feet of the master. So he's just going to give us a history lesson, all right?
An insight.
Yes.
Just an insight, you know?
Where the magnifying glass there? Yeah. So, all right. So, song number one, and let's hear it. Let's have it.
Black people is the wicked man again for them case of evil.
Wow, we sound like a kid.
Once this old young bastard, I'll find it. I don't mercy. We don't have to do your party. On gangster say I'm so heartless. Anything tends tonight to do that.
Watch this.
I am a murderer. Don't
ask me why.
Anything test tonight to do that. I'm a murderer.
Ask me again.
Anything test me murder.
Suppose I'm a pressing trigger. I'm run over.
Only I'm a pressing trigger. I'm a revolver. I go still let bullets go in the chamber. If him the gun, I'm a body kill him. I got you the ground. I'm the back in December. And if you think you want to go, never know when I'm November. But I'm telling you, you're going to find out. I can't forget the family. I will need murder. Don't know you this. Don't know you no life. I go over. I will murder all your murder and all your honor. So say it's the one we will make you
Pump your body, layers, I said, pull it on my best trigger. And revolver. You go bullet trigger in a dick chamber.
Pull it on my best trigger. And revolver. Now go squeeze the trigger.
Pull up.
Let me do my word verse and pull now selector. No, that was the dangerous from out of UK, London. So Mr. Julius,
talk about that tune. Well, that's the first reggae tune I did. I can't remember if it's 1989 or 1990. It was on a gentleman called Quenchade's album. It also featured Gregory Isaac, a brother named Cowboy Ras Ranger, to name a few. Obviously Quenchade, a few, Eki Chef. I can't remember all of the artists on the album. It's so long ago, you understand? But I definitely know it featured those few people that I just mentioned. And I had many songs out before that.
I was just about to say, so
yes.
Rewind Selector, you're
yes.
saying this is the first dancehall tune? So
first reggae tune.
Reggae tune.
Because that's reggae. Would you call that dancehall?
Yes, I could play. Yep.
Well, then it's the first dancehall tune then. Yes, do agree. I would call that reggae. You know, that's the early days of reggae dancehall. Reggae dancehall. You know, not the bassment thing, reggae. You know, foundation rhythm, foundation artist.
Exactly.
That's the crossover between the old and the, which at the time was the new, the 90s.
At the time, yes.
Right in the middle. That's bang in the middle. You know, that's pre-Budgie Banton, pre-Capleton, pre-Beanie Man, pre-Bounty Killer. Just about Cobra starting. You know, when you brought out Yush.
It does not sound, well, Yush come out 91.
Really? Before Yush then. Yeah.
Like it's before 90s.
Yeah, it predates those. You know, it's not 90s reggae, it's 80s reggae.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's predates those, you know?
That's crazy.
And you know, that was my issue from the early days, from the real early days. I was ahead of my time. I was different because I wasn't influenced by UK artists. You know, many artists, they were influenced by the Saxon sound tapes, the Coxon sound tapes, the Unity. I was not influenced by them.
See.
I'll give you a drama. When I first met Daddy Freddie, I think it was 87 or 88. Right, that's correct. And it was in a place called Arcola Street. Jemmy Magic versus Coxon. And Coxon strang on, and obviously Tenor Fly, Monty Bly, Ricky Toffee, them did mash up the place.
Yes.
Jemmy Magic came in. DC Ninja started chatting, me lovely, lovely. Him and started the tear up. And they played the Punani rhythm, I believe it was. It might have been the answer rhythm. And they passed the mic to me. They never even introduced me. And I came in, mash up your players. Freddie left Coxon, or Freddie asked me to leave Jemmy and come and DJ with him and Coxon. I can't remember which way around it went. And when we finished, he just put his arm around me and never even said nothing to me. He just put him around and said, "Me are the father and you are the son." You know? And that was 87, because I was ahead of my time. There wasn't nobody DJing like that then. Only, maybe Wayne Young, aka Demolition Man, Ras Demo, all of the same. Maybe he's the only one who had that particular style of DJing. You know?
I didn't even know he went that back far either. But
well, if you want me to take it back to the beginning, how I first started in like late 86, we used to take a 38 bus from Dalston to our schools. He went Homerton House, I went Hackney Free. Yeah. So, you know, the journey from Dalston to Main Street was sound clash. So it was Justice versus King Titan. And, you know, we used to go at it. But we used to chat Papa Sam's lyrics. See. Just give them money for the band, but we never had our own lyrics yet. You know, maybe had one song each or two songs each. So we would just start. So we would go with who can DJ the fastest. And I tell you, we ain't quick, you know, man. We ain't real quick. And these are not slower. So we used to go at it. Yeah, so from that time on, I joined a little sound system in Holly Street region of, you know, Hackney. And it was called King Titan, and we was known as a Kilimanjaro type of sound. So when I say that anything we catch, you kill it.
Yes.
Because you had me, you had a youth named Madman Mason, who sounded like, I would say, like a stroke between Buju and Capleton back then. Yeah, he was born in Jamaica, so he had a real twang about it. So he was saucy. Then you had a general named Skitler Bantam, who sounded like Major Worries. You know, yeah, so he sounded like Major Worries. So we had pepper on the sound, and we had a youth named Rizzler who sang like Pinchers. Remember, nobody's following no one. We just had that style, you know what I'm saying? He sounded like Pinchers, and his mother was a professional opera singer and so forth, a keyboardist. So he had like real talent and real vocal skills, keys, tones. He taught us about that from the early days. So Titan himself used to call himself Jammies. He thought he was King Jammies, you know. He produced artists, about bad artists. We'd have a youth named Fisherman on there. He was Professor Nuts.
Wow. So
I cannot recite his lyrics for you because they're too complicated.
Wow.
Yeah, all to this day. And I know them, but they are too complicated. He is the Eminem of dancehall. You know, like he had a lyrics where he said, when he's feeling hungry, he put the cook up on his head. When he wants something for him, no, when he feeling sleeping, put the cook up on his head. When he wants something for him, he fry the eggs and pan in bed. Him living in the house, but him cooking at the shed. That's the, you know, complicated stuff.
Twist
Yeah.
up, twist up.
The real Eminem of dancehall. And that, remember, we're talking about late 86.
Yeah, of course,
So
yeah. Wow.
we was way ahead of our time. So we was, you know, sound killers. In the local sounds, any sound we clash, we would tear them up.
Wow.
No word of a lie. We did play we played Tippertone. Which was, so that was a spin-off from Unity, which had Super Dan, Flinty Badman, obviously, Demon Rockers, Specky Rankin, Major, you understand? Sometimes Junior Leng, you know, so these guys was on that sound and we played them. Because what we used to kick off going in a squat and go in there and string up the sound and and charge people £3 to get in, you know what I mean? And when we make little money, we run down off license and buy with drinks.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because we never have no drinks to begin with. Remember, we're school kids, 13, 14, so yeah. So one night we catch Tippertone and the man them did beg me not to be slapped because I was killing everything. I was like Ninja Man that night. Dead, blood, heart, like that. Killing everything. The man, Sean Ranks, came over to me as a brethren because he's from Holly Street as well. And he said to me, brother, you're handling the man them too wicked, too dirty, too nasty. So, you know, we took time with them. But I would feel like we won that clash, but they called it a friendly clash. And then shortly after that, we played Saxon in a place called Cattle Estate. But the dance was empty. I'm not going to lie. And they said we beat them only because Musclehead was in prison. But you tell me, if Saxon was an MC sound, and you had Colonel, you never had Tipper Ariel, you never had Papa Levi, but you had Colonel, you had Rusty, you had Sana, you named 007, you had a few artists on there. And I remember them saying to me, you know, no lyrics. This is what they said to me. So I got the rumors there spreading. So whatever year that tune came out, that's when this dance happened. 88.
88, yeah.
88. Dung. And me catch that and tighten that to mix it in 3 times. That's how long the lyrics was. So when we done and me pull up it, the rhythm pull up in, mix it back in, and I'm gone again. And I couldn't tell you what the lyrics was about. But it was about that night in the dance, them saying me on the lyrics, me educating them with lyrics and telling them, say, so lyrics we got within the lyrics that I made up on the spot.
All right, so hold the phone a sec. So you said that was Cattle Estate. That the wickedest thing is, no wonder, because I'm from them sides.
Okay.
So when I said that I was familiar with the name,
that's probably why. I
know the whole bag of people that was there.
Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah,
there we go. All right, boom.
Yeah, so anyway, we tore them up, and then I'd have some friend that come from Spanish Town, yeah? And this time I was going on with some unmentionable things online, and my mother, you know, asked me to simply no longer reside at the address that I was residing at. And I did have some friend them from Spanish Town, and they took me in. And these guys were some serious guys, you know. They had a lot of links. As I told you before, we did speak, and I told you about banking, which is Shabba's manager, was a friend of Ozzy Bankman and 90s. Yes. And 90s is a man who's got a food shop somewhere there in Chinkford or Leighton. He's well known, he knows Papa San well, he knows enough artists well, and he knows Shabba manager who is banking. So they called me one day and said, yo, my youth, if you come off high road and level your badness and rate him, have a sound for your chat plan. Which was Jemmy Magic. So they checked Little Andy.
That's how it came.
And they brought me on to Jemmy Magic. And Jemmy Magic was playing in one park session. And I've heard the sound play several times. And but me never hear it like how it playing at the park that year. You understand? And they turn up his sound. The sound was turn up. And so the year before that I DJed in this same park session, I got booed and stoned. Yeah, they fling buckle after me because the fast hooking wasn't in fashion. Remember around my time, you had Rankin Trevor, you had William, the Rankin Dread. They were toasters, chanters. So when you have this little boy come with, they weren't feeling it. So the same place, next year, Jemmy Magic, that player, and I touched the mic. And I tell you, from that day onwards, I never, ever got a boo again. Now I've
Yeah.
been DJing for 30 odd years, 36 years to be precise.
Yeah.
I never get boo again.
Yeah.
From that day onwards, you know.
Can I ask, when
Of
it comes
course.
to the King Titan sound,
Yes, sir.
are there, to your knowledge,
Yes.
if you have them, any King Titan sound tapes that exist?
They are. They are, but
Wow.
they're not going to be shared.
I see. All right. Say no more.
Because they're on cassette. They're on cassette form. They're on cassette form.
Yeah, but you did say, to be honest, you really, I guess, learned your lesson under Jimmy Magic, and then from there.
No, I learned my lesson on King Titan. By the time
what I mean
joined,
is like the lesson of humility, because I don't believe you got booed on no King Titan, right?
Yes, no.
So I think the booing and Buckle and them sitting there, failure is your graduation.
Yes, but
right?
remember, I wasn't in Jimmy Magic when I got booed. I just chatted on Jimmy Magic. Jimmy Magic was the sound. Because remember, in our days, we had something what you call All Dayers, which was like, All Dayers was the equivalent to Jamaican reggae sunsplash.
Yes.
So,
Hackney Downs,
Clissold Park, Tottenham Rec, Brockwell Park in South London, Roundwood Park was the one in Halsden. If you could mash up that, you could mash up anywhere. Cause remember, you'd have enough artists: UT General, Bob Larank, Sweetie Irish, Scratchillers, Joe 90, and there was rough over there.
Yeah.
You understand? You had Shine, you had Rudy King. Them man there over that side were notorious for DJing sound system. You understand? Not saying that East London wasn't, because we had the mighty Ragga Twins. You know, they were mighty on sound system.
Yeah.
But you just had many in Halston.
Yes.
And then Chucky Stars, another one. Superflex, Richie Dunn. Wow. You had so many. You know, and I haven't mentioned one of the best, General Levy.
Yeah.
You understand?
Them all West Ends,
Northwest Java Sound. So when you go over there as an invited guest, you go over there, you tear up a place like that. Your respect is, different. I remember my thing is I never really sounded back then like a British artist. I sounded so different. So they didn't like that. So they used to test me to see if it was just one or two songs I had. So when we give them a catalogue back in those days, they was quite impressed. And so was the people, obviously. I remember there was speed rapping. People was impressed with that.
Yes, of course.
And obviously in those days we were sharper.
Well, yeah, I mean.
So having mastered all the park sessions, joining Jimmy Magic, then a sound from Jamaica came over called Asher World.
I did not know they were from Jamaica.
Chris is from Spanish Town, Soul Symphony.
Okay, fair enough. I thought they were UK from morning.
Junior Chin was from UK, yes, Junior Chin. But Gold Dust, Errol Silva, Goldfinger Chris were from Spanish Town. Remember, it was a soul sound, as it was described by Danny Dread last night. A soul sound that played, ladies, drink up with a bad song. Yeah. And, they had a clash with Jimmy Magic. I can't remember where it was. And someone posted it on Instagram very recently. And I happened to be in that dance. And that particular dance, I did DJ live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Chris did like it. So Chris said to me, anyway, them are you see the sound, DJ on it. I remember it's a soul sound. So because of that, I started getting another following in places like Maxim's, Trends. Any big sound that came over, any big artist that came over, who you think them ever called? Myself.
Yes,
because
of course.
The big man them, linked. Like, so I think it was 89 or 90.
Wow.
It was in Maxim. So you had Jimmy Magic, you had Metro Media, and I can't remember the other sound.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I think it was Scorpio, Black Scorpio.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Patty Rankin and Papa San on it. Yeah. And,
I was about to say the big boys. Who was there? Yeah.
Yeah. And on Metro Media, Johnny P, Japanese. Yeah, to name a few. You even had Singing Melody, if I remember correctly. It might not be the same dance. There's so much information. Might not be the same dance. So anyway, Jimmy Magic spring on and them play on DC Ninja, Sister Shekels, they're DJing and Sergeant. I never get the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Start up your coming son and cut your ranking, tear up the place. Jimmy Magic come back in. Metro ain't start yet. Me never get the mic. So I'm gonna go over Metro and I say, yo, Sky Juice. I don't know him from nowhere. I want a DJ upon the sound. Japanese said, make the boy DJ, man. Make we hear him. Yeah? Remember, I'm brazen. So
wow, of course.
So Johnny P DJ mash up the place. And I think even Squidly, because Squidly was my friend. Peter Metro Buddy.
Yes,
Peter
Squidly
Metro was
Rankin,
better, Squidly Rankin.
Uh-huh.
Squidly give me the mic. So me big up Japanese, me big up all our artists, and I touch it. And I couldn't tell you for the life of me what I DJ. But the forward that I got, even Johnny P looked around and said, yo, you're bad. You get me? And then Japanese coming with the roughest hat, man. He had to DJ a hit song to follow what I did.
Yeah, wow, exactly.
To give myself no self-praises, you know?
Yeah.
So moving on swiftly, because there's a lot to talk about. We had another clash. It was Jaro versus Jemmy Magic.
Here.
Yeah, Labels. Wow. And then they had the part 2 Labels. They had Jaro, Jemmy Magic, and Wasifa. I think I'm Black Scorpio again. I had to go on Wasifa go DJ with Maccabee because they wouldn't give me the mic on Jemmy.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Then we had the part 2 in Maxim's. Once again, me and Singing Melody take the mic and tear up a place. No one from Jemmy Magic would give me the mic. And here's another story quickly before we move on to the interesting stuff. I was in
He said the interesting stuff.
Yeah, the interesting stuff. I was in a place called Broadwater Farm one day, and
yes,
I met one great singer, and you know the dance wasn't promoted right, so it was Jemmy and another son. I can't remember the son again. Might have been Exodus, it might have been Fat Man. Can't remember anyway. But over at Farm, one of the Tottenham sound, and we had one Marga brother come in with one big chain. I never knew who he was, you know, but the youth start sing. It was Sanchez.
I was about to say that sound like Sanchez, you know, but
it was Sanchez.
Wow. Wow.
Remember, no other man would touch the mic, you know.
Of course.
Sanchez called me.
Yeah.
He said, "My youth, come."
Wow.
Gave me the mic. Me and Sanchez performed for nearly 3 hours straight. Lyrics for lyrics, song for song. Imagine that. And here's another one quickly again before we move on to the more interesting stuff. I was in Palladium or Coliseum. Can't remember what it was called. Over in South London.
Coliseum.
Palladium.
Okay,
It weren't called Coliseum yet because there's no garage or no jungle yet.
Yeah.
This is about 91, 92, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So I turned up with my brethren, Ozzy Magnum, one of the man them who I told you from Spanish Town, who's serious, who passed away now. Rest in peace, Ozzy. And we got out of his BMW right outside as well, because he had a big man in park anyway. See? So we're walking in and Barry Boom say, yo, you know, say me have Sweetie area performing and me have Cabra and me have Ghost and me have 1 and 2 artists and what you feel like? You're the DJ tonight, my youth? I said, yeah, man, give me, what you mean? We're not afraid of you. But no, why? I said, come. So we're going backstage and I'm sitting with Ghost and we're reasoning. I think even Lady G was there. We're reasoning and boom.
Wow.
Yeah, hold on, there's more. Yeah, we're reasoning and Sweetie Ari went on and tear up that. Remember me not no hit song yet, you know. I got one song, but it's not reggae. It's the song we'll discuss in a minute, the first song that was released. And I've gone up there and I DJ'd a freestyle. When I say a freestyle, the lyrics nobody knows. And the lyrics was called The Same Animal Way by 2 by 2. And it's basically Junior Dangerous's version of Papa San's Animal Side. Yeah. So who come first was the rhinoceros with him loud mouth, bridging hippopotamus. But who Jim Screech was the animus rat, but the rat take the mic and they started to chat and the rat, but they chat and the chat, but the rat and the place burn up. Me run off of that.
Yes.
Then call me back. DJ a girl song. Tear up that, me run off of that. It's like the people then was getting fed up with them calling me back. Them the ones see the big artists then. You understand? But anyway, so Cabra, I can't remember who else was there. A few artists, Cabra performed, and they called me back on at the end.
Wow.
But I was too nervous to DJ. Could you imagine? So I must have chat 4 lines and run up the stage. Anyway, that was that. Same place again about maybe about 6 weeks later, Papa San was there, and this time I never get to DJ. I never get to DJ. But just my luck, I was standing at the front, Papa San ran on the stage and fell off.
Well, he's still alive, so that's cool.
He never hurt himself, he fell off. Where did the mic land?
Oh no, so what happened? So okay, well, we just need to get perspective. I just need to ask for the sake of documentation. You didn't trip him up, right?
No, but I look up at my idol. That's my idol. I'm looking up at my idol, who I'd met before this, prior to this. I just didn't speak about that yet in Shinolas. So put that aside. So the man fall off on the stage. Where did the mic land?
Wow.
Right next to me. So I'm DJing Sans lyrics and people don't know. She put no wood.
Yeah.
She put no wood. The man fall down and put no wood. And the place are massive. Son get up and run up on the stage and tear up that. Because he fell right in front of us. But anyway, moving on from that. So back to Shinolas. The first time I got to DJ with some. Bug said before him.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I got to DJ with Sandem. It was in a place called Shinolas, and it was Jemmy Magic V Rocket, Tiger, Papa San, Lady Patcher, who became my friend.
So
this is going back now. This is back in the 80s.
But my thing is this, right? So here I am at this point. I am probably about 10 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the artists, every one of them was in England every 5 minutes.
Oh, you mean most of them used to live here?
Flip it. All right, then. Wow.
Remember the first big place that Dirtsman DJ was Birmingham, you know?
Wow.
92, you know? Why is it not first the big place he DJed was Birmingham, London.
Okay.
Yeah. When you get the hot this year, that mash up that. We'll get to there. We've gone 5 or so years back.
Okay. I just wanted to...
Yeah, they was here regular. They was here regular. There was here
amazing.
a lot. Those days, there was a concert or a performance or a show, I'd say every 3 months.
Yes.
And it was a trail of all the artists.
To be honest, I used to remember seeing a lot of posters.
Yeah, because remember, they were artists, but it was sound systems.
Sound systems, yes.
You understand what I'm saying to you? It was sound systems. So when a sound system came, they came with a bag of artists, but this was a concert for Papa San.
See, all right, yeah.
So remember, I'm on Jemmy Magic Sound, and then they not really want to give me the mic again. So the dance is steaming, Sandem performing. Now the dance is finished.
Yes.
Lights come on. V-Rocket player, Jemmy Magic, I finished the dance. So I took the mic and chatted the lyrics as closest to Papa San. When me done DJ, San ran over to me and hugged me. You know how that made me feel? Because I didn't even tell you. That night I had to bring in the boxes, and I had on this fancy jacket that my mother bought me, and I ripped the jacket. So I was in there like a tramp hiding because I didn't want to catch me in my rip-up jacket. Yeah. But just when San picked me up and hugged me with the rip-up clothes, and he looked on me and said, you're bad, that moved me. Yes. I remember he knows the whole of my friend them. I mean, I cannot put my friend them because they come from San's corner. Yeah, in the 90s, a Papa San friend. Yes. As he was Papa San's friend. You understand? Humpy Bogart was San's friend. You understand? They were Spanish town, man. So they were really, really close with them. You understand what I'm saying to you? So anyway, moving on swiftly. Now, because I'm tearing up the place, I met a guy called Anthony Brightly, which is the cousin of Rory. Yes. Which is Sir George. So the first recording I ever done, I can't remember again if it's 89 or 90. The first recording I ever done in a studio was with Rory from Stone Love. See, wow. And a brother named Colin Steamfish. And I went to the studio, and Rory said to me, you have a thing where you can mimic people. Yes. You already have a Stitchy and a Sand style. The man. He said, I want that, but I want you to be able to cuss yourself and tell yourself to slow down. Because that's what I would like you to do. Slow down. Yes. So comes the song called Slow Talk on the We Got One, the Rare Groove Rhythm by Wendy Walker. On the B-side was Junior Dangerous. And it made me sound like Tiger. And I used to call myself Giraffe. Don't laugh, Armenian Giraffe in a separate class. Yo, you attack fast, a little fast mode. Cool and quiet and come kiss out. I'm not going to do the fast two kiss style because you've heard me do that. So yeah, so Rory recorded that, and that was my first recording. From that, me never look back. See, and, you know, I did the reggae tune. Then I met a set of people called Mafia and Fluxy because of, you know, in those days it was word of mouth. Yes, and, you know, of course. These guys are from North London, and you're hot. I didn't get to voice for Coxon and these people because I was in East and North. Yes, yes. So all the North London producers, Ochi Peng, Roddy Ranks, the Unity producers, and obviously the big Mafia and Fluxy, who's producing for Barrett and Levi, Ochi Rank, name a few. There's too many to name. Yeah. Well, them drafting me. I'm my first girl song, because most of my songs were Badman songs at the time because I was naughty. But I drove for my first girl song. Where on to get to the body, where on to get to the shake from? Who do I use? Nobody use it. I'm mad, man. And they said to me, yo, you sound like Shabba. I didn't sound like Shabba, but you sound like Shabba. With the fast talking and the deep voice, which I never used to have, made it sound Shabberish. I would say Major Worries, but they say Shabba. They say Shabba, right. Lo and behold, an artist named Budri Banton Bass, and an artist named Galaxy P, and an artist named Jigsy King, them start saying me sound like them. But if you check the timeline,
Timeline,
it was a little before them. Now, Buju is my artist. I'll get to this in a minute. There's the interesting stuff I'm going to talk about. Buju is my artist. But I sounded like Shabba.
Yes.
But because I was so good at mimicking and obviously being a British artist, they never give me credit for being original. So they always pinned me sounding like somebody.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
It doesn't surprise me because I do remember I listened to Ace's sound tape one time.
Yes.
He had Yellowman and Fathead was there singing out the whole of Sandy and Colonel lyrics.
Yes.
And
I've heard that. I've actually heard that.
Yes. So I understand how that goes because you can so bad that people don't believe that you set a trend right here and they think that everything comes from you.
I'm not saying that I invented something that people copied. I'm just saying great minds think alike, you know. And we're both born in 1973. That's Beanie Man, that's Bounty Killer, and that's Buju. And I'm not saying I'm in their class. I'm saying there was similarities. But I'm born on this side of the world.
Yeah.
I'm a small artist with a good ghetto following. And, you know, anywhere I go, the Hackney people then was backing me because I was their little gem.
Yeah.
You know, and now I finally had records out. Station FM was an East London sound, and it used to be, in fact, it had one of the baddest jingles, "Wagon is back off." And that's before Buju, and that's me.
That was you?
Yes, and because I Station FM.
There you go.
That's me following Shabba, but it still sounds Bujuish.
There you go.
It still sounds Bujuish. Back off. It still sounds Bujuish. You understand what I say to you? But no, this is before there was any Buju band, because I definitely did that jingle in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to listen to Station FM before we used to go to school.
Right. Then Station FM started having their parties.
Yeah. DJ Keatley used to beat the breakfast bowls.
Right. DJ Keatley fell in love with my craft.
Wow. Yeah.
Anywhere Station FM was, Junior Dangerous and Cowboy Ranger was definitely there.
That's it.
You understand?
I knew.
Right. We was definitely there. So we was all, and Junior Dan and Mr. Banton, we was their favorites.
Mr. Banton was my daddy in terms of selector. Definitely.
Yes.
Him, Victor V. Yeah, but
don't forget Dog Bug, don't forget Dog Bug, because Dog Bug used to rate us differently.
Doug Bug was a bit older. I didn't listen to him and know who it was.
Okay,
I know his name.
And Hitman. Right.
Yeah, Hitman as well. Hitman was bad.
Some of this type, come on days, we used to tear up all the parkour days. Yes, we did. And the dances, yes. But I want to talk about some things that mean more to me than just tearing up the park sessions. Not saying they weren't great, because I did that. I did that year to year till about 93.
Yes.
You know, from 87 to 93, constantly tear up the place. That's when I met General Levy, as I said, and we used to part together whenever he came down. A youth named Freddie Krueger, and obviously Digi Mikey was my second. You had Skip, you had Junior Rudy, you had Jumbo. That was my team. And you had a little youth named DJ Shane, and you had Keisha from Lady Force. That was our little
Lady
team.
Force.
Right, that was my team. that was my
yes.
that was my team. So, you know, and then you had your Northwest team, Scratchulous.
Wow.
Scratchulous, Tiggy, General Levy, you know what I mean? And then you had the big artist at the time, which was Joe 90 and Sweetie. R.I.P. Rudy King, who was Sweetie's teacher from my point of view.
Yes. Wow.
Right. So you had that team. So that was the A class, and we were the B class. But the A class used to like work with me, so I was B and A class. You see what I'm saying? So, and them time that you wasn't really hearing from the Ragga Twins. You weren't hearing from Papa Levi and Colonel. You weren't hearing from them. I'd say from 88 to 92, you was not hearing from them.
Wow.
You know? I used to even par with a youth named Simeon, from Saxon. And Asher Senator from Saxon. I used to And they always used to say to me, because I had that Papa San style, I remind them of Papa Levi. Yeah. And this is really funny. I never met Levi until about 3-4 years ago. But they had it to say that, me always sound like somebody. So I have it to say I sound like Papa Levi. You know what I'm saying? So they took to me. Simeon took to me. Simi Ranks, his name was Simi Ranks. Yeah, and I had a good friend from over Northwest called Starkey Bantan, who used to power So these were the artists that were mashing up the place. Carnival come, boom, bang, bang, boom, bang, bang, a weed upon the stairs, and So anyway, that come and that pass. Now the sound system culture is dying. So artists have to become artists and start recording. So we skipped a few years because I'm only mentioning the sound business and the performing because a man said I used to match up. But anyway. So we've moved on now. It's about 92. So I've got 4 or 5 songs out good. It's about 91, 92. And then I met one white guy and he said he wants to get Shabba Ranks to go on a Marvin Gaye song. But Shabba Ranks is overcharging or something along them lines.
Yeah,
How do I feel?
Yeah.
As an artist singing with the great late but great Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
I said yes.
Of course, what are you gonna say no?
They paid me a 5-figure salary, and they released a song called Lucky Lucky Me with the great Marvin Gaye on Motown.
Yes.
You know, I was even meant to be in the video, but I was on tour at the time, so I couldn't be in the video.
This
so
is 1993, right?
Yeah, 92, I can't remember which exact year.
Okay.
The year, but between 90 and 93.
I had you on Motown at 93, but never mind.
Right, yes, 93, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. And whilst doing that, I was in a rap group called Suspended Sentence, which was a very West Coast. It had to be 92 because Snoop Dogg and that was out at that time. Dr. Dre's Chronic album. We had a West Coast sounding hip hop group called Suspended Sentence. I was in it. A girl called MC Sensi, who was a gold selling artist who was signed to Tam Tam Records, which went bust as they was gonna sign me. So anyway, we shot the deal with ARP for Motown. Yeah. Motown offered us a healthy figure, more than £250,000. But they released our song and signed Cruise, the R&B group, which I've got 3 songs on their album because they're from Holly Street, Sean Cummins and Wayne Laws and Ricky. Yeah, Sean Cummins and Wayne are from Holly Street. So they were mates of mine. In fact, Wayne Laws is Titan's bigger brother. See? Right. Yeah, so it's family. It's really close. Yeah. Wow. It's really close. So Motown gave them the deal. Yeah. However, the tune that I did with the Jones Girls blew up. It blew up. The Jones Girls. It went gold. It went gold. It went gold. I'm a featured artist on that album. That was the remix of a song that they had released in the 70s. You know, Nights Over Egypt. These Jones Girls, yes. But that was... I know, was the remix of that song? No, it was Sweet Ecstasy. Sweet Ecstasy. Oman Wandi Loving. Everybody thought it was Cutty Rankin on the song. Wow. But it was Junior Dangerous. So, obviously, the song was blowing up. They asked me to go on tour. So we started rehearsing in a place called Olympia in Kensington. Now, this place is nearly as big as Earl's Court. Okay. You got mirrors bigger than my house in there. I'm not kidding you. Wow, that's mad. You got mirrors nearly as big as Hackney Downs in there. Yeah, wow. If you know the size of Hackney Downs. So this place it's a warehouse converted into a rehearsal studio. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, later on we'll talk about that. I remember Budgie doing an interview for Radio 1, playing the piano and singing Destiny. But rewind. Hold the phone, yeah. That's 3 years later. We're now here. So the Jones Girls, we went on tour. But you never guess who was our support act. You're talking about 93, Jones Girls. Swing Beat was in fashion. Who was the king of Swing Beat? Swing Beat? Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley, yeah. Oh! Father MC and Rex in Effects was our support act. Yes. And this is really crazy. My family never come to see me perform ever before. Any one of them. They knew I could do it. Apart from my brother's christening in the 87 when I first started. Yeah. So my mum was impressed that night because I tear up the place. They always used to have partying at my house. But I tear up the place. So they was impressed with that. That's the first and last time any of my family members actually saw me performing. My sister booked a ticket for Hammersmith Palais. Was the last 2 or the last leg of the show. No, it was the last 2. Because after that we went on to do 291 Club. And, 2 of the sisters got sick. 2 of the sisters got sick, so I just went with Shirley. Brenda and the other one, I can't remember the other one's name. But anyway, so when I came on the Hammersmith Palais, and it's the first time I've been to a show where people are sitting down. So the Jones Girls, Teddy Riley's performed, Father MC, they've all performed. The Jones Girls have performed most of their album, and then they've gone Sweet Ecstasy. They've done the album version, which is a ballad. Yeah. Then they said, we're going to do the Ragabogle mix, and I'm calling in my friend Junior Dangerous. Everybody give us a round of applause. Remember, my sister's never seen me perform. My sister's a university student, you know. Posh. You'd never put us as family if you met us, yeah? So, you know, although she grew up with the likes of Idris Alba, they lived, you know, they went to school together and so forth. And to name a few, brothers, Bello from a group called Brothers Out There was her boyfriend at the time. He's a rapper. That's another story. Pause there because that's very important. But anyway, first time she sees me perform. So I come out. Remember, Bogle dance I lick. Yeah. Which was big now. But remember them semi so like Cutty Rankin though. Woman want the loving. Want the love. X amount of loving where she get. Yeah, so they say in Catty Ranking. I say, like, anyway, I've stepped to the stage and I know word of life. I don't know how much people fit in Hammersmith. It wasn't Palais, it was Hammersmith Odeon. I don't know how much people's fitting there, sitting down.
Yeah.
But certainly 700-800 people. Everybody got up out of their chair and started bogling. I never even finished the song. I never finished the song. I remember this is the first time Teddy Riley's actually going to watch us perform.
Yeah.
So I've done my performance. He's taking me backstage. He's given me his telephone number for his office, his pager, his home phone number. I don't even think we had cell phones, but I had about 7 different numbers, which is still written down in graffiti writing in my mother's attic in a box where I have all my collectibles. Yeah, memorabilia, you know. Never phoned him, like an idiot.
Well, you're young, man. You're young.
No, let me tell you what it was. I moved with some man that talk like this. Them music there are some batty man music, you know. No, I do them in my house. I mean, I want you to do them neither. You do well with the Jones girls, you know. The Jones, not Jones girls, and the Jones girls, you know. You do well with them. So, you know, I want you to do back them music there. Because freaking music them there. So I'm listening to people. Remember, they're my coaches. When my mom asked me to leave the residence, that's them took me in. Yeah. You understand? So when me hear them talk, them, yeah, well, I'm not really one of them swing me. Yeah, me a bad man. You know them sitting there, me going back to my bad man song there. Lo and behold, I met a gentleman from New York who's half Danish and half American, named Lucas.
Yes.
Then give you a deal for WEA.
Warner
Brothers. Yeah. Now, Lucas was signed to Uptown Records. So we had to fly to New York to do the necessary. So our lawyer in New York, which was on 42nd Street, I think it's the 27th floor of the building, was the same lawyer for, name an artist. Just throw an artist out there in 93.
At the time, it would have been
Nas. Just
yeah.
say Nas.
Mary J.
Leaders of the New School, Busta Rhymes. Yes. So walking into that place, obviously you're going to meet many artists because they're hanging around. That's what they do in meetings and so forth. So we've gone to see the lawyer, and then we've had to go to 75 Rockefeller Plaza, which is the building where all the record companies are. You know, you got Atlantic, you got W, all on different floors. Arista. Arista is the floor we ended up on, and I'll tell you why. Because we've gone to visit Andre Norell.
Andre Harrell,
whatever, he died recently.
Yeah,
he can't remember him.
Yeah.
And his assistant was who?
Puff Daddy.
No, he wasn't called Puff Daddy. He was named Sean.
Sean
Puffy Combs.
Sean Puffy Combs. Yeah, Puff Daddy was
he wasn't Puff Daddy yet. Indian Sean.
Yeah.
So we met Sean. Lucas was signed to Sean's label. Yeah. So we met Sean, and Sean offered us drinks, and we sat down with Sean, and we sat down with Andre Norell, and we were saying our bye-byes. Yeah. The only 2 other artists they had on their label was Mary J. Blige and Jodeci.
Jodeci, Father MC.
No, Father MC wasn't on there yet.
It wasn't on there yet, right?
Not yet.
That early.
93. Remember, 94 is when they, shut down the live and start again.
Stick up in, exactly. Everybody rejoin this. I told you, folks, this ain't no normal sitting. This is the living legend that is Junior Dangerous, the biggest hidden secret of all time in UK music, period. All right, so we're going to come back in and madness. All right. So,
all right, lock it up.
Yes, sir. All right, boom.
All right.
So I can relate. Yes, sir. So welcome back.
Yeah, so
1993, we're sitting with Lucas, Andre Harrell, and Sean.
Yeah. So we've done that. We've exchanged paperwork and we've said our goodbyes. And we went into WEA to see Craig Kalman, which he was. I think he was the head of A&R, or he was the main man, the CEO. Yeah. And he just signed a person called Little Kim.
I didn't know she was signed to early.
Big B, Atlantic Big B.
See,
you understand?
Yeah.
Right. So obviously,
wow.
Yeah. Just the name. I can't remember the artist. I wish I wrote it down now because there was many artists signed to Atlantic Big B.
Yes. Aaliyah was on there, and
many. I met TLC in that building.
Oh wow. She's my ex-wife, actually. That's amazing. But never mind. That's another story.
I met many artists. I met Busta. I met many artists that in that particular realm. But anyway, so Lucas gets a deal. Now, we come back to England. We did a few shows. We get a little change. I remember getting my mum an XR2 car. Oh, I had one and I repaired it and fixed it up because I used to crash car all the time because I never had no license. And I fixed it up and I bought my mum the car and so forth, And no, my wife just said she said it finished. She doesn't realize she needs to come back in the life. Someone should tell her. She should just join the Emma Mitchell. Love your wife, love you.
Yes,
but she's not in the whole movie. Yeah. Where was I? So I gave my mum the car and we didn't realize the tune was actually blowing up. So 94, the tune was it took off hugely. The tune was called Lucas with the Lid Off. Now it was #1 in several countries. I can't count the amount. And it was top 20 in Canada. And I went to Canada, Tassa, by the way.
I know, I can see that.
Yeah, I went. I stayed in a place called Queen Street, one of the biggest hotels I've ever been to in the world, like ever.
Yeah.
Ferraris outside, Lambos outside. We performed on a place called Much Music, but hold on, we haven't got there yet. So I bought my mum the car and we've gone on tour. So the song went #1 in several countries, top 5 in Japan. I think #12 in the Billboard charts in America.
Yeah.
And we did a massive when I say massive European tour.
Yeah.
Massive. I can't remember how much countries I went to, that much. But I had, one of those pins. I had boarding passes on it. I took 72 different planes that year.
Wow.
Right. Mainly to Europe. Yeah. And of course, back and forth to New York because, luckily, we was on WA in England, but we was also on Atlantic Big D in America. Yes. So when we had, for that region, we had to have meetings in New York. And then for this region, we had meetings with WA, Jonathan Dickens, which was Robert Dickens' nephew. And Robert Dickens was the CEO of UK Warner Brothers at that time. And a friend of mine who lived across the road from me was the head of publishing. And she was at Warner Chapel. She didn't sign me, by the way, but she signed Lucas. But we had dealings because
it was too familiar,
I had 6 tracks on Lucas's album. So it was a shared album. Call it was a band, really. It was a band. It wasn't an artist featuring art. It was like a band. When we went on tour, we had the singers from Incognito singing with us, and we went on. Wow. Yeah, we had Andy Gungading, which was one of the #1 percussionists in the world. Max Beasley Judah and Frank Tonto. These are world-renowned drummers. They played with Us Free. Us Free, Tears for Fears, Pet Shop Boys. They played with everyone anyway. Yeah. Massive thing. When we was rehearsing with Roachwood and rock bands, in John Henry's over there by the prison in Pentonville. Yeah. Brewery Road used to be a rehearsal studio, massive. Yeah, you had every artist there. But anyway, that was our team. So we took the European tour. Then they offered us an American tour. So it was like the pop leg of All About the Benjamins. Yeah, of course, definitely. So some shows, we'd be bumping into the people that are on Bad Boy. Yeah. I remember Lucas and the man from Bad Boy were like that. Because you don't deal with the bosses, you deal with the assistants or the right-hand man. When you're a musician dealing with labels. Yes. So every so often you'd hear Puff Daddy say to Luke, "What up, my man?" They're hugging, and you would see Craig Mack. You'd see Jay with the Damager. You'd see... Wow. I don't want to say this guy because no one's going to believe me, but you'd see Notorious Big. No, well... Remember, he wasn't... If you're there, he's going to be there. So yeah, he only had a song called Big Papa at the time. Yes. And they were promoting the Big Mac. Big Mac business, yeah. Him and Craig Mack, there's a story behind that because they did a remix and they got Busta Rhymes on it and a few other artists. And they asked me to do the remix. And my manager said, no, give us the backing track. No? Give us the backing track and let Junior make his own song. Okay. If you could find a song called Profile, which came out on a white label, which was Dangerous Records, that my record company allowed me to put it out on, but it came out on a white label. Yeah. And it sold 1,000 in Manhattan in the first week, 1,000 in Japan in the first week. It sold thousands of records quickly. And remember, it was on a white label. It was called The Flavor in the Air Mix. And it's not me sampling or borrowing. They gave me It was the rhythm, yeah. Playlisted on Hot 97. Wow. Funk Master Flex used to beat it. Easy Mo B build the rhythm, right? If I remember correct. Yeah. Bobby Condas used to beat it. Yeah. It was heavily played. Played on. Right. So now we've toured now. We've got nominated for a Grammy for Best Video. Michel Gondry, he used to direct Bjork's videos, directed the video, spent £100,000 on the video. Lucas with the Lid Off. He got nominated for a Grammy. Now, that wasn't enough. They nominated for an MTV award. However, they didn't win the Grammy. Mick Jagger won it and the Rolling Stones. But that's the company we was keeping.
If you're going to lose or not win a Grammy, Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
You know,
so hence why I say I'm a Grammy-nominated artist. However, to get that Grammy, we sold over 800,000 records in a week.
No doubt. Wow.
Now, English unknown reggae artist, just saying Run Come Follow Me now, and an American unknown rapper who is white, by the way, I didn't mention, singing jazz, right? Singing jazz hip-hop. This was unheard of. You know, we used to walk in Manhattan and Q-Tip would, yo, what up, Luke? What up, Junior? I'm like, wow, they know us. Fab Five Freddy. Oh, my man, when you going to do your MTV Raps? I see you on Grand. I see you on this show. I see you on Arsenio Who's show, because we used to do the chat shows in America. I didn't talk about the tour too much. Yeah. You know, we did Canada. We did Much Music and Music Plus in Canada. We did, like, many states, over 40 states in America. I can't remember the amount. I always say 42, but wife, family, I'm maybe less, maybe more. Yeah, I say 42 because it sounds good. Right, but I haven't got the solo deal yet, so that's a whole nother story. So we're still with Lucas, we're touring, and we did all these shows. I got invited to the Zulu Nation, I think 20th anniversary at the time. Yeah, it's a
that's in Bronx, right?
Yeah, it's a rap, but no, this was in Manhattan. This was in Manhattan, in a school, 14th Street. Yeah. Okay, so there
was an event.
Near Delancey Street, near, I can't Delancey, I remember Delancey, that's where I used to buy my clothes. So anyway, they've invited me, but they didn't tell me it's an MC battle.
Okay.
I mean, thousands of rappers. Yeah. Rappers. Me a dancehall artist. Rappers. On hip-hop. Yeah. American. I'm coming in there with an English accent until I start DJing. Yeah. Yeah, but from the bar, but don't just won the first round. I haven't got to the verse. Boy, your blood run. Remember your moral print on me. Cotton body. Ripper. Second round. Third round. One song. I did 6 parts of one song for 6 rounds. Eliminated every motherfucker. Then I sang the part 2. Wicked from the liquor. Son I get crippled. Say another word and boy your life missing. One song. Many other rounds. Anyway, we got to the quarters. Had to find a new song. Lay down the law, Robin, go no further. From wife we dead, but then we get murdered. Everyone got mad. Crazy Legs, some Rock City crew, J. Rue, J. Rue the Damager, who's now my friend, Africa Man Battery Self, all of these people, you know, these rap people that are big, you know, what do you call them? The Uptown artists. KRS-One, all that crew. So I'm their friend now. I'm their boy, you know. Know. Yeah, I'm their boy, so I'm their secret weapon. Got through to the semis. I lost. Okay. 2,000 artists gone, eliminated. This guy called Raphael Shabazz, who became a singer, he started with, his lyrics was this, Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Yeah. Murder a brother and you know it is on. That was enough. The Zulu Nation was like Nation of Islam. Yeah, of course. How could I answer that? No. People started saying, what's he saying? I don't understand him. What he saying, yo? What he saying? What's Buju Banton saying? Because I was asking them if they all knew Buju. But they didn't know Buju at the time. Yeah. They didn't know Buju. So I'm asking if they knew. So they called me Buju. Because they started hearing a boom bye and sung by Buju. They say, I sound like that. I must be Buju being, you know, because I'm a superstar to them. Yeah. You know, when I'm on Franklin Ave, I'm in Brooklyn and I'm with, you know, like Evil D and these people, Buckshot and these rappers, they call me Buju. Yeah. They call me, and you'd see Buster passing sometimes because they're everyday people, and you're hanging with stars because you're a star. And I was going to America a lot then, quite a lot. When people never saw me in London, when I went at Bagley's doing Jungle, because Jungle had bust by this 94, I was in America. You know, I remember leaving a tour to come back to England to do Bagley's Jungle Splash. Yeah. You know, and that was with Junior Reid or Half Pint, one of the two, I can't remember. Yeah, we smashed that. And I had to jump back on the plane and go back to America and finish my tour. Funny enough, the hotel I was staying in Manhattan, which was called Home, so was Maxi Priest. I was on the 6th floor, he was on the 10th. So breakfast time, me and Maxi used to sit down and have our waffles and have our pineapples and, you know.
Did Maxi know that you were...
Yeah, because Maxi Priest was my friend from Saxony.
From before, okay.
From Trent.
All right, boom.
From Trent. Yeah. And you know, I skipped one main part. Let me go back to 1991. December the 21st, 1991. Yeah. Went to school. I will call her back, obviously. 1991, my son was born. my first son. But the reason why I bring this up, I was performing with a guy called Panic and a guy called Capleton.
Yes.
Once again, the man them never wanted me to go on the stage. Hitman said, allow him. And Panic said, no, man, I'm a friend this, but I didn't know him. This is why we became friends. Panic called me up on stage. I said, I'm a friend this. Met them on stage here.
Yeah.
Took the microphone. And believe me, I tore up the place, never like ever before. And from that, me and Panic became very, very close. Very, very close. You know.
You've actually confirmed something that I've heard many artists talk about, where Panhead was a man's man. He was like, everybody did love Panhead and he loved everybody. He
Panhead was the geezer.
Nah, man.
Yeah. Panhead was the geezer. Panhead was the geezer. Yeah. So back to now, where was we before I said that? So we're on tour, and I came back from England and went to America, and they invited us to the Apollo. This is really amazing. They invited us to the Apollo. You know where the Apollo is, yeah?
Yeah.
In Harlem, 125th Street.
I used to stay in Harlem.
But the cabman dropped us a few streets back, so we had to walk. Now, when you're driving in America and you're on the avenue, you start from the early streets. It's people that's in suit and ties walking. Then you pass a gay area, you see the gays. Then you start seeing the walk change. And then it gets even lower and slower. Then you start seeing, you can actually see things on their waist.
Mm-hmm.
And the accent change. Yo, nigga, what's up?
And this is Harlem in the 90s. Weren't Harlem in the 2000 era when I went heavily gentrified. So this is real Harlem.
Real Harlem. So we had to walk a few blocks. You know what I mean? And I weren't scared because I was about it. I was in London. I had jeans off my waist, but they used to call me faggot because they wore baggy jeans in K-Swift. I had Armani's and Versace's on. How you see Biggie Smalls dress is how I dress. Yeah. And I'm not saying they got it from me. I ain't saying that. But no. The Americans had a different style to us.
They did, definitely.
Because I spent some time in Jersey prior to that, a good 2 months. And being in downtown Newark, they just didn't understand the way I dressed and looked. But I used to speak like an American.
Okay.
Because they kept telling me if I speak like this, if I don't speak like a Jamaican and I speak like a Londoner, they're going to rob me. Especially when I'm in Dr. J's, because I like crepe, I like trainers. I shopped in Dr. J's a lot.
That was my office as well.
And Guess and Jabot. Jabot was my clothes.
So
remember, the American youths don't wear this. They were Aeropostale and some other makes, Levi's jeans. If I'm wearing Guess jeans, although they was only $30, they was expensive in their eyes. You know, that's what white folk wear. And Ralph Lauren, I don't wear that shit. You know, that's preppy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? When I'm buying these clothes, they're looking at me different. So I couldn't talk with an English accent. My American accent worked great, but I told yo, what up, son? Keep it busy. So we're in Harlem. We're in Harlem now. We've gone to Harlem. We've gone to Apollo. We've gone inside and we sat down. Yeah, let me have a drink while you're drinking. Yeah. So we've gone to Harlem. We've sat down. We're near the front, about 3 rows from the front. And Heavy D comes on stage with Soul For Real. They perform. They said they're the new Jacksons. They're performing. And they said, we're going to have a little intermission. Let's look up to over there on the balcony. Wesley Snipes, could you stand up for us?
Oh, wow.
Everybody clap Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Biz Markie's right at the back. I look back, I see this giant standing at the back. He's a giant. Everybody clap. We got Lucas and Junior Dangerous from England in the house. Could everybody, Luke, stand up. Dangerous, stand up, man. This is Heavy D. So our names was on the guest list, innit? So they know, so obviously they know the guest that's coming down.
Wow.
But we weren't seeing it that we were going to get paid homage to.
No, of course not.
Right. So everybody clapped the performance when we went backstage. We talked. I shook Wesley Snipes' hand, and I swear to God, my hand disappeared. I'm saying that because I will never forget that. It was just amazing. Anyway, moving on swiftly. So we're in Manhattan again. I'm shopping in, I think, 6th Avenue, CP Company, Stone Island, which was really cheap in America because they didn't know what it was. Yeah. You know, CP was more expensive than Stone Island. So I was getting Stone Island jackets for $300. It was 1.8 to the dollar. That was nothing for me.
At the time,
I was spending £800 on a coat over here if I did buy it. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So it was cheap. So I bought a few. Come out the store again and I see the same Fab Five Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, man, y'all are number one. But we wasn't. The album had come out now. It took so long, months and months. Many singles came out, but the album had come out. He goes, check the Billboard charts. You knocked Sting off the 3rd spot. The album went top 5 in the Billboard charts.
When you say Sting, you mean Sting the wrestler or the singer?
Sting!
Wow.
So it went Snoop.
Man.
I think it went Snoop, some other artists, Lucas, Sting, and then I think Biggie, Ready to Die. Along that lines, I can't remember. But we knocked Sting off. But we dropped out after that. But we knocked Sting off the third spot, and then we dropped to the. Because remember, it sold 800,000 in a week.
Yeah, that's gonna put the numbers. Yeah.
No, it stopped selling. It sold about 800 after that.
Oh.
So we didn't get platinum. We got gold.
Seen.
It just stopped selling.
Oh.
Because what had happened was me and Lucas put out our song, which was coming out to play.
Yes.
And it's crazy because every show we did on like MTV Grind, whatever show we did in America, all the chat shows, they would ask Lucas to do the song with Junior. They didn't want to hear Lucas's stuff. They went to hear my stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So anyway, so we came back to England, and now I want to touch on something that Goofy said. So Chrysalis is EMI, Simon Goff. We came back and he offered us a deal, a lucrative deal. And my manager said, no, we want to be on Virgin because you had the great Shaggy on Virgin. Old Carolina was now big. Mr. Bombastic was getting ready for a release. And
yes,
we had an idea for my first single. So I must say this, I went down in history in the record company. I recorded my album in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That weren't no joke back then. You didn't do that back then.
No, I did, yeah, 2 weeks. And I did it in Red Bus, which is a world-famous studio, Swan Yard, which is a world-famous studio, and Townhouse in Shepherd's Bush, world-famous studios. We had these studios booked £1,000 a day, and I did it in 2 weeks.
Wow.
But anyway, so we had an idea for my single. So things happened quickly. We had an argument with Chrysalis. They weren't offering enough, and I got signed to Polygram.
Yes.
This is now where Buju comes into the story. I got signed to Polygram, which is...
What's this, 94 or 95?
95. Actually,
okay,
I got signed in March 95, but we was playing my single, Coming Out to Play, which was my second single before that.
See.
Because I had recorded it to go on Lucas's album, and it was Zungo, Zung, Zungo, Zungo, Zay, the reggae and the rap coming out to play. And yeah, so... Wait
a minute, before you go further,
yeah,
where is Lucas?
He's got a son right now, Fabian Seacon, who's putting out music. I think he's got a few million views. Lucas has produced more artists than you could imagine.
Okay, so
he's now got a Grammy.
All right.
He's now got
Grammys.
Thinking... Yeah, he's now got Grammys. He's like an underground. Where's the best way to? Scott Storch.
Okay,
a white dude that works with black kids and produces good black music, and he writes to them. He's a good songwriter. And by the way, I wanted to touch on something. You know, I wish I had the opportunity to somebody to ever write for me. No one's ever written for me. I've always wrote my own songs. You know, I've introduced other artists to songwriting and helped them write and so forth. I would love to have had the pleasure of somebody. Oh yeah, Bug said it was on the Weetabix advert, Lucas with a lid off, which it was also. But I forgot that. So thank you for that point.
Wow.
I wish Bugs, my little brother-in-law, has actually wrote me lyrics, but again, they're so complicated, I can't recite them. See, I write my lyrics back to front.
Okay.
So I will write the punchline at the end, but begin with the punchline, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
So,
I get it.
Why?
So you write your verses, then you write the punchline, and you put the punchline.
Yeah, right. And the chorus sings the whole song. So I make my verses very simple, which most artists do it opposite. They make their choruses simple and their verses banging. Yeah. So I've never had the pleasure of no one writing for me. So I hope when we finish, as we discuss, we're going to link up with you know who we spoke about earlier in the week. You know, go on.
Carry on. Give me a sec.
Yeah, go on. Go on. We could
I'm still here. I'm just.
Yeah, we could probably get a writing session going on and produce a good song. I'll wait till you return because I don't want to talk too much.
Here I am.
So yeah, so we're with Lucas and we already had the single ready, so that was beaten in America especially, and then I got the deal in March '95 with Polygram, which is now Universal. Yes. And you had a rapper called Guru who was on Payday, who I had met previously in that '93 times, who became a real good friend of mine. Yes. And was begging me to voice with him, and I never ever did, but we did many shows together. We was really tight together. Him and especially my friend called Caesar, aka Little Bunt, and they were very tight. I was very tight with him, and I never got to record with him, which I should, because he put out an album called Jazzmatazz 3. Yes. With Shaka Khan and all that, and he was asking me to be on that. He was asking me to be on, but No, you needed to understand that I was on my lane and I really wanted to get back into dancehall. And it was so hard. It was so hard. Yeah, anyway, so we put out the single Life is Funny. Wait, there's a story to that. You've got the 45. We put out the single Life is Funny. So Bobby Condas did a remix.
Yeah.
Dave Kelly did a remix.
Yeah.
Jumping Jack Frost, the Jungle Man, did a remix.
Wow.
You named Colin Swing did a remix, and there was the original mix, which was West Coast hip hop. Life is Funny was on the West Coast. We did the video. It did quite well. It charted at about 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the top 40 UK charts. Yeah.
All of this was the actual combination, or was there different versions?
No, just one single that had many mixes. Remember when you put out a record, because it was still vinyl, it had many versions.
Yeah.
Radio edit.
Yeah.
Instrumental.
Yeah.
This mix, that
blah,
mix.
blah, blah's house mix.
Remember, it's big budget. It's big budget.
Wow.
We're paying people £7,000 for a mix. It's big budget. It's not me paying for it. The record company's paying.
Yeah.
And it's recoupable. So obviously we want the single to sell.
So whose idea is that how does that come about?
What? Who gets the mixes?
No, this song.
Right. That was my song. That was my idea. Wait. So Dave Kelly liked it so much. We got the link through Jermaine. Yeah, he liked it so much that he said, well, we are going to do Warner version. And would you like the tune? So Buju's going to put it out on his label. Squad 56. And he's going to get his artists to join you and feature on it. Sweet 56, not Squad 56.
Sweet 56.
Yeah, so they put out their version of it. So that's their version of it. I have a different version of it.
See. All right.
Right. However, due to that, Buju was doing a promotional tour for his album.
Still Shallow.
Thank you very much. And I was doing a promotional tour for It's an Everyday Thing, which was my album, which never got released. I'll get to that. So obviously, Payday's Buju, which is Polygram. I'm on their father company, which is Mercury. Now, the man who signed me, who eventually got signed in March 95, the man who signed me signed Pet Shop Boys, Tears for Fears, to name a few, He was ahead of A&R. His name was Dave Bates.
Yeah.
But here why he was angry with me. He was angry with me because he said, you have the potential to do what Shaggy does.
Yes.
But you insist on wanting to be a Beanie Man.
Hardcore, yeah.
Yeah. I like the hardcore. That's why I gave you a deal. But you need to also understand from a business perspective. Remember, I'm 18, 19 years old. I didn't get what he was talking about. You have artist creativity. You can do what you want. But stop taking your stuff and putting it underground. Let us put it out. Let us get a mailing list, which I did. They got a mailing list, and I got thousands of fans. You know, fan mail. I've got thousands still at my mum's house. And they had a mailing list with my logo, Junior Dangerous, and so forth. But then my management said, no, we're going to go to heavyweight. Now, heavyweight looks after help me, Shakademus and Pliers.
Oh, wow.
Admiral Tibbet, Shabba Rankin. They later changed their name to Coalition. So it's the biggest media company, PR company in reggae. But my record company said, no, that's too underground. Let's go with the big bill posters and make you a star. Before you go on tour, here's an artist you might want to do a show with. I ain't going to tell you that. So they call my road manager. My road manager picks me up and picks up my boy Caesar, who I've now put on one of the remixes of the track that we was going to perform. So we get to a place called North Wales. You know, at the bottom of a mountain, we're in a hotel that is like, it looks like we're in an American, a ranch. It should have those cable cars. It looks like that. Snow, everything, mountains. Yeah. We got there at night time, so I don't know what's around.
Yeah.
Don't know what's around. So, so we're in the foyer, me and Caesar's jamming, sitting downstairs, laying on the floor, on the tiles, the marble tiles, laughing. And we hear these cowboy boots coming, spinning spurs. Raven.
So you know cowboy boots for?
You know who Raven hangs with, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we look up and we see this guy. He
guy,
really look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, the hair. And so we say, yo, Shaggy. He say, yo, artist. I didn't know he knew I was an artist, for one. That's the first thing. So I say, yeah. So what y'all do wrong, yeah? I said, what are you doing there? Obviously, I'm cocky. I'm cocky. What are you doing around here? You get me? I never spoke with a Jamaican that's spoke real cocky. What are you doing around here? You get me, cuz? Anyway, we start reasoning, we're by the bar laughing. Then Michelle Gale comes in, which is my friend Hattie from EastEnders. Yes. She had a single out at the time. Hattie. And plus, I knew her other half, Mark Bright, from football. That's a whole nother story. We won't get into that. Yeah, anyway, so she comes in and a girl singer called Luciana from Italy. So we're all jamming. No one's gone to bed now. We got the show 9 o'clock in the morning. Right, anyway, so woke up, we got to sleep after we were playing knockdown ginger with everyone and drinking and because it's just us in the hotel. Yeah. Oh. If there was anyone else, I don't know. Maybe the A&R, some record company executive, but it was just us there. It was our playing ground. Yeah. In breakfast time, he's playing football in the Lord, but with no football. So tissue and everything. Anyway, so we've gone to do the show, and I cannot recall if it's 20, 30, 10, 5,000 people on a beach. I can't recall. All I remember is saying to Caesar, which is Little Banton, who used to be on Titan Sound with me, I said, Banton, take the mic and sing my lyrics. I'm not in the mood. I feel like I'm going to flop. I don't feel well, because I don't really drink that much. I mean, drink a lot, then I ain't there. Oh. Yeah. Funny enough, I forgot to say, before that happened, we went to Carnival, and they put Mad Lion on to clash with me, and Jamie the Damager called me up. I was asking Westwood all day to go on. He said, no. I just finished matching up Choice FM's show. I was booked for that. Got paid to be there. That was part of the promotional tour. And I asked Westwood, Westwood, you're my brother. You've interviewed me very recently. Mash up your show. Let me come and say, he's like, yeah, cool. So Jamie saw this. Nation of Islam was there as the security. Jamie called me on, and Mad Lion tried to test me. I killed him. Anyway, skip that. We've gone to Wales. And Caesar steps out. Caesar, not Junior Dangerous. Caesar's me now. He's going to sing my whole song if he has to. Yeah. So he's gone, when I say life, you say funny. Life is fun. Even when Shaggy heard the people say it, we all looked at each other like, this is crazy. These people know dancehall. Yeah. We're in North Wales, in the mountain, that program. They had a program with Letitia. I don't know if you watched it or heard of it. The Dells, something about where they come from, the country. The country. They thought, oh, hell yeah, you don't understand them. Yeah. They're saying, life is funny. They're singing it. The rhythm comes on. Caesar looked at me like, you've got to come out now. So I run out. No, pure noise. We never get a forward. It was better than a football stadium. Wow. Right, so we finished. Shaggy's come on. The noise that Shaggy got was amazing, but Shaggy looked back at me like, you coming back? Because remember, I wasn't planning to do that. Shaggy weren't planning to do that. Caesar had it in his head, and he got them like how a jungle MC would get them. So he MC'd like a compare. So none of us were ready for that hype. So it was Shaggy had to come on and sing his songs, and we all kind of came on stage together at the end and just freestyle, just to give them a show. Yeah. It was a Radio 1 roadshow for Mark Goodyear, if I remember correctly. Wow. Yeah. So we did that. I flew by myself, and they did one in Newcastle, and I was the headliner. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. It was a perform, we clap when you finish. Yeah. Finished that, went to Denmark now. We went to Denmark. Now, this is where I really saw what royalty feels like. Gone to Denmark. Remember, Lucas is half Danish. His mum is the most famous Danish painter. His mum is the most famous, and her son now is a massive recording artist. We're number one. We're number one in Denmark. We're number one. They have a rap group called Alagami, who's number 2, and they're a black rap group. I'm with a white dude. Remember, he's white first of all, and I'm doing ragga second of all. This is a hip hop and a pop show. So it's the Danish Grammys. So am I boring you? You're tired? No. It's the Danish Grammys. It's in. Yeah. They pick us up in a car longer than any building I've been in, and we've gone to a hotel. I can't even explain how beautiful it looks. And they've given us this bread that melts in your mouth and pineapples that taste like they got sugar already in it. So wasn't the Holy Communion? I don't know what this was. I don't know, but Danish bread is nice. Danish bread is nice. Yeah. So I remember going shopping. I said, I'm going to buy some clothes to perform tonight. And I went to buy Iceberg, and it was 700 kroners. So £70. Remember, Iceberg in London is about £3. Stupid, yeah, of course. Right, so I got it real cheap. So I got dressed for like less than £100. Yeah, 300 kroners for a shirt, 700 for a jeans. And
Right.
I remember I'm coming from America and all different places. I got crept like this. So I'm dressed to the nines. But anyway, so the night time's come and they've invited us to this show. We won this Grammy. I've invited us to this show, and I've gone to this show, bro, and it's the first time in my life I feel underdressed.
Even though you were trashed?
Trash, I look like trash.
In your mind?
Trash, I look like trash.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Bro, I mean, the king and queen of Denmark or whatever was in this building, bro.
Oh, yeah, all right then. Fair enough. Yeah.
When Lucas collected his award, I didn't go up with him.
Wow.
I wasn't ready for that.
Mm.
Remember, I'm a ghetto youth who had a quick break.
Lucas didn't pull your collar and like,
yeah, but I'm saying, no, bro, just go. When we do the radio interviews, I'll tell them why, you know what I mean? I'll tell them I had a stomach bug, which I did used to, I still suffer with my stomach, yeah. I'll say I had a stomach bug. I wasn't feeling great. I couldn't get up. So I stood up and everybody clapped. And Lucas collected the award and shared it with us. Remember, I'm just a featured artist, but Lucas rated me highly. So it was like a band in his eyes.
Yeah.
Because the song wouldn't be good in his eyes without Run, Come Follow Me, Run, Come Follow Me Now. That's all I said on the song. Until we performed it live. Then I had an 8-bar where I'd spit some rhymes, whichever I felt like freestyling on the night.
Yeah.
We did that for over 80 shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now remember I've got my solo deal now, and they've asked me to go Newcastle, and I'm come back. And they said you got a tour to do. How do I feel about working with this guy? This is what they said. This guy. I said, what guy? He said he's one of your lot. One of your lot. I think you'll like this guy. I said, check with him and see if he's okay with performing with me.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah. He said, yeah. He listened to the stuff. He liked what I was doing. So we did about 4 shows with Buju on this tour now. And then Buju sat me down. Mark sat me down because I get to know his name was Mark. He sat me down and said, yo, you have to remove the dragon from your egg. I didn't know what he meant at the time. He said it about 4 times. He said, stop drink the dragon stout, man. It's not good for you. You have to drink some water and them thing there. And secondly, you have to start DJ some positive lyrics, Mayo. Remember when they say mate, so first of all, you call him Mayo, but we never argued that.
And this is dreaded up Buju as well, so.
Yeah. No, Bobo Dread.
Bobo, okay.
Bobo Dread, he's left St. Long, till Shiloh.
Yes, it was beginning.
Yeah, and this is really hilarious. This particular show, before this show, which I think was Huddersfield, he came in on roller skates and he fell over. And we was laughing, but when he looked back, we stopped laughing, and Wayne Wonder was creasing up. But none of the English artists or dancers that I had booked to come with me were creasing up. So anyway, we've gone to the night time, we've done the show. Daddy Ernie, actually, I must big up Daddy Ernie. He gave me such a big up that night, even Buju was proud. Because this is the first time he's talking to me after many shows. We did Reading and a few other places. I can't remember all the places, the names. But we did a few shows. But this particular night, even when me and Buju was talking, gunshot flew between our legs. Someone bust a double barrel, it went straight past us, and Buju looked at me and went, Buju's used to that. Buju's used to that.
But not in the UK.
Yeah. I've seen it a few times in the dance, so let's put that aside. That's what
right, fair enough.
Positivity. Yeah. So he said to me, you have to remove the dragon vein, start singing some positive songs, and this will stick with me forever. I said, but Buju, when Buju Banton was starting, Buju Banton sang Stamina Body, when the girl thinking they got to the sexy body girl for take a walk off. He said, yes, but Buju never knew no better. For you to point that out to me, you know better. You have to start singing some culture song. Because funny enough, Bad From My Bone was the first song that I sang, then Wicked From My Little, and then Lay Down the Law. That was the order of the 6-7 songs on the tour that I sang. So obviously, there was all on hip-hop rhythm, so we sounded grimy. There was no reggae except the Dave Kelly mix. Yeah. The next show along was Wolverhampton. And the people were booing because we was late. We got late. The tour man stopped when we got Burger King and Buju ate his food, whatever. Anyway, we split ways and we got there later than Buju. Remember, we're not the warm-up act. We're all headliners, but I'm on before Buju. Buju is the headliner, but I'm not warming up for Buju. We had warm-up artists. I heard you mention him yesterday, Frankie Sly.
Yes.
And a girl named Twiggy. They were Buju's warm-up artists.
Yeah,
and then we had warm-up artists from UK. Each show was different. The first one we had Glamour Kid. Came to Reading, but we'll put that aside. We'll talk about Glamour Kid in a minute. I'm a DJ on that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Right, so the people were booing. and like I had Black Twang, a rapper.
I know that.
Yeah, Black Twang, Cowboy Ranger, Little Banton, and Tanya Just Blaze, who was a dancer. She's now a singer. She was a dancer. And my cousin, Richie Dan Carlin, to what you want, his wife, Natalie, was a dancer. So we paid the dance company for them to tour with us.
Yeah.
It wasn't his wife at the time. They never knew each other. Anyway, so they're all backstage. Yeah, it's mad. They're all backstage and they're getting their Bible out. They're praying. They're afraid because they're not used to this booing.
Yeah, the boo must,
So me come out and I say, yo, that's the first time my dad's come to see me perform. Me come out and I say, yo, oh no, boo. Why are you booing? When Buju Banton is finished, do you not want another artist to bust? You don't want my mother and father to be proud of me. Buju alone for make song? And the people that did what you did, they started smiling. I said, from your nose, they are bad man and a boy can't bad you up. Make me see on the hand of the year. Even my dad is short. My dad's hands could touch the ceiling. My dad's hands could touch the ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, remember they're booing, they're throwing shit at the stage.
Yeah.
I had them doing that after.
Yeah.
The girls said, from that girl can't bad you, make me see it. Be honest. Be honest. So I say, all right, I've made it.
Gotcha.
First tune, come on.
Yeah.
You get me? In fact, we didn't do Bad from a Ball. We just did Wicked from Million Curry. No, I get crip. Second tune came on now. Black Twang and Cowboy on. Lay down the law around me now. Go no further. They rap and chat on it. It's a song of us, we collective.
Yeah.
They didn't want to come out. But you see, by the time Black Twang came out, his lyrics go like this. Say a little prayer. Touch wood for luck. I don't give a up if your blood clot erupts. X mark the shot where the gunshot bust. Boom. Be nice. Every bad man in Wolverhampton that day turn up for that lyric. The song got a reload. Remember they were booing. The song got a reload. Right. Now this is the first show I'm gonna use the corduroy rhythm because we run out of rhythm. Them want more. Remember I'm working up a PA. Buju's working off the band. The band started playing Tarati when I was performing. People forgot that they were booing. So Twiggy and Frankie Side did not get to perform that night. Buju came on straight after me. Yeah. You understand? So while my corduroy is playing, the record and the guitar man's playing, Buju's come out. You understand? Walk like a champion, talk like a champion. What's up? So you can hear Dangerous and Buju Dangerous disappears, run off stage. Anyway, that's the first show we actually took pictures together, which you see me post on Instagram.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Yes.
Frisco Kid and
No, Wayne Wonder, Cowboy, Black Twang, Junior Dangerous, and Buju Banton.
I thought, I don't know why. Yeah.
Frisco Kid's in your head because of the record. So that's the first time. Then we went on to do a London show, who I'm sure I've got a friend in there, like family. Classy T was there with a girl called Tasha and Patrick, who was my really good friend at the time. Watched us perform there, and I came out. It's the first time I dressed in a suit and I had on a hat. I was doing not Boys in the Hood. What was that film? New Jack City. I was dressed like New Jack City. Yeah. Big shoulders, double-breasted, and I had one of them handicaps, red and a red shirt on, different. Come on, I smashed that show. This is the first time all my school friends, because they were my school friends, seeing me perform. Now, I remember I'm with Bout Reggae and I'm on tour and I'm done London, Kentish Town Forum. Town Forum. Yeah. Smashed it. Now, that was the highlights. That was the highlights. There's enough bits I've missed out, but moving on swiftly, I released another single off my album, and it started slowing down. 2 reasons. I had met my wife while I was just before I went on tour with Buju. Yes. She waited 21 nights for me to come back from tour. And I left my mum's house and I moved into her parents' house. That's how I fell in love straight away. Remember, I'm on tour. Not saying I could have any girl, but I met Star.
Access is there.
And I mentioned that TLC, they did a track with me on my album. Yeah, that never got released, and I met them. I just was touching on that. Yeah, I thought I'd include that. Yeah, so I met stars, I met women, but I met this girl who I'm married now and been with for 25 years. I just fell in love. I think I had more love for her than I had in the music.
Clearly,
because they started asking me to do shows, and I didn't go, didn't want to turn up, and the record company was losing interest because I'm not available. Yeah, you know, and this is prior to meeting her anyway. And so I shot for a second deal. And to get this second deal, this is really funny. They told me the only way they'll sign me is if I sound like Shaggy.
Were they aware of your chameleon abilities to sound like people? Is that why?
No.
Or
They
you
just
mean style in terms of
music.
tunes like
Music. They were aware of everything, but that's not why they asked me. They was aware of what markets and Mr. Bombastic,
yeah,
could sell. So I got this Danish producer and an American producer to produce the Pink Panther for me. Yeah, and I read this stupid song called Check It Out Now. Hey, these girls look good, so check it out now. Whoa, them should deliver Hollywood, so check it out now. Yo, I said one more time. Then I took on the chip on the line. I said, oh, pop the car in your garage. Paps, pop it up the video off. Hey, I want you right from the bike, but man, I'm gonna let the girl do you. So in my head, that's my version of the Shaggy. But you know that.
But it was Major Worries I'm hearing, and
man. Yeah. That's where I'm from. But that's why they never signed me. They turned around and told me I'm too commercial.
Wow. Hilarious.
However, the career didn't stop there. I changed genres. I changed genres, and I started doing jungle, which I'm still doing now. Hence why most of the dancehall people don't know who I am.
Yes.
However, in the jungle realm, I think I've got the most jungle songs released. I never get the accolades.
When you left the dancehall realm, this is when your Chucky Stars, your Starkey Bantons, and your
started stepping up.
Glamour started to run
95, 96.
Yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense. I see.
So I stepped away out of the game, and then I was in the jungle tearing up the place. But then I left the jungle about 97.
Really?
Yeah, I never got back into jungle till 2003. And it was now drum and bass.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and I think even from then till now, I've got the most drum and bass singles released. As an MC artist, stroke MC artist.
That's crazy.
Apart from maybe Navigator, because Navigator actually released an album, but it's not all jungle. But it's 24 tracks on that album.
Yeah.
And the biggest song on that album was a song with me and him.
Recently, right?
Yeah, last year or the year before. Gala Body Bang was a song with me. Last year. A song with me and him, you know? So again, I'm still part of even that, you know? So I was on a label with a guy called Potential Bad Boy called Players. And Players, which is DJ Hype's label, was massive. Yeah, it was massive. I was probably the most booked MC or ragger MC in Fabric, when Fabric was the top 10 club, one of the top 10 clubs in Europe. So the dancehall world never knew nothing about me, but I was still going strong. Yeah. But I still had this, what's the word I'm looking for? Underwhelming feeling, like as if they're trying to brush Junior Dangerous under the carpet.
Yes.
They never give me the accolades for it, you know. I actually asked my record company because of this to release my songs mainly in America.
Yes.
So I did better in the US, Japan, Australia, and to America and Canada than I did in England.
Yes, of course.
Because I asked them to concentrate on that region, because I just felt like I didn't get the support from apart from that Kentish Town show with Buju. I didn't get the support, and people probably thought that was the only show I was on. They didn't really, and I didn't brag. I didn't talk about my career. And I come back in the hood and I got new clothes and fresh, but no one ever knew that I was a recording artist apart from my real close key brethren.
Yeah, well,
and they were
what
into
you
that.
Said, perhaps maybe you didn't want anybody to recognize you because of the undercard things that happened back in the day, perhaps.
Yeah. Make them funny news at them IO. Maybe because of that, but whatever reason it was, I was a street kid. Yeah, and I wanted to remain a street kid. You know, as far as the streets knew.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Facts. Classy T, I want to say your proper name, but I can't. So I'll say CB, yeah, because that's her initials, yeah. Facts, she knows the facts, because obviously these people raised like family, we grow together. So
yes.
People, they didn't give me the love that I was supposed to get, but they rated me. They knew when it comes to spitting rhymes. Yeah, when it comes to spitting rhymes, cool, Dangerous can do it. See, I show her that, dear Daros. Or if an artist never turn up, Dangerous jump on the stage.
Is it fair to say though that perhaps because you didn't quote unquote assert yourself and put your own stamp to say, oh, but you know, like how what's his name, Little Richard used to do every single show that popped up. I was the man who originated. He used to always do that.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I just turn up and bun up and, you know what I mean? Then I went
Yeah,
and hang
yeah.
with, you know what my problem was? I wanted to hang with my boys. I was one of the boys I wanted to be. And I wasn't the top boy,
Yeah.
but I was in with the boys.
Yeah, one of the man.
And I was
Yeah.
popular amongst the boys. And
Yeah.
the boys was a team. It was a Holly Street crew, and there was enough of us. And I just wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, I understand.
Not that I didn't want the success. I wanted it, but I also wanted my normal life.
Of course. Yeah.
Outside of London, I didn't have a normal life. Inside of London, it was cool.
Yeah.
They didn't realize. They saw me with new clothes and doing well. I bought a Fiesta RS Turbo car, driving fancy cars. Man, I could have shot some food and got there. They don't know. They heard I got a record deal. They heard I got a 6-figure salary.
But they don't see, so they don't know.
No, it didn't click.
Yeah.
What that meant.
Yeah.
Dangerous has got a record deal. He's on Polygram Records. He's on Warner Brothers. It didn't click what that meant. I'm still on Agony Smack Off. My tunes are still playing on Station FM. There's no new tunes because they're still playing the old reggae tunes, or they're not playing these new pop songs because Mark Goodyear's playing them. The people on Radio 1.
Of course, yeah. We weren't listening to that. Yeah.
Right. So
wow, this is amazing.
So I led a double life.
Of course, yeah.
But when I left London, a man thought maybe Dangerous has gone up the road. I don't know what Dangerous. You know Dangerous. He gone move with them West London man or something.
Yeah.
I was on call. And I never come back and sang that. I just finished touring with Guru. I just met Busta Rhymes. I just met Little Kid. I never told people that.
Yeah.
Maybe the first time apart from my family, I'm saying it publicly.
Yeah.
You know? And
Thank you.
I did so much. I did so much. And I've never really shared it. So I want to big you up and give thanks for you for giving me the opportunity to do that.
I'm humbled and honored by this opportunity because, you know, as you know, we had met, and even when we first met, we were speaking about, because at that time, anytime I think Peckins was there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So any of the bigger
I did some tunes of Peckins.
Big up Peckins. Every time I spoke to any of them bigger heads, because I had this little catalogue of music, which was smaller than what I have now, but I still had it.
Yeah. I
was always trying to impress on people like you, and let's say here, like, yo, I ain't like the rest of these, look, you know. I'm for this, I don't know. So that's why we spoke real dancehall talk, you know. So
Candy, play them your song and then play my song on the same version.
Oh, please. That's hilarious.
Let's have a little laugh between us, because you know what? If you took it serious, because that's what I did, you know. Before you play it quickly, that's what I did. I helped a lot of artists, man.
Yeah.
There's MT Shabba, who I brought in the business. Yeah. There's the same Little Banton and Caesar, my family Cowboy Ranger. I actually helped him get a record deal that he turned his back on. That was entirely up to him. I understand why. I'm not going to share with on air why he did, but they offered him a huge sum and he turned it down for whatever reason. Yeah. Not everything that glitter is gold, so that must be his reason.
Of course.
But I brought him to the table. The song that me and him are on was meant to be me, Glamour Kid, and Black Twan. I brought Glamour Kid. Right. When Glamour Kid first started, people say he sounded like Bounty Killer. He didn't. He sounded like Junior Dangerous.
That is true. You can hear it. I can
hear
understand.
He sounded like, he sounded like Junior Dangerous.
The song that you did,
he sounded like
exactly.
Me. Right. But because Killer and will remain and is the great Bounty Killer, they will give him the accolades. But Glamour Kid are my lyrical son.
See,
MC Shabba's the youth that I brought. I brought Cowboy Ranger in, although he's my bigger cousin. I brought him in. He toured with Buju Banton with me. I paid him well. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Let's to name a few. There's an artist who you know and producer who you know, who I got along with so much. He's like my little brother. I love him to bits. He coaches me now. Fresh Order.
Yeah, Fresh Order, yeah.
He coaches me now.
Good.
I coached him so well that he coaches me.
Yeah,
When we met, we was learning how to produce together. And then I would like him to write me a song. We talk about it and we laugh about it every day, but he's a very good writer. And I would like to know I have a part to play in that, because I taught him well, as I said, so well that he now advises me. Imagine that. The teacher now become the student, now become the teacher, and the teacher now becomes the student.
You never stop learning. So when do you ever become when do you not be the student? You know what I mean?
Right. There you go. Funny enough, this rhythm, Flingfoot, I don't have nothing to do with it.
It's just pure Fresh Order.
Yeah, because that is the style of production we was doing at the time, and that's what I was trying to help him with, and him help me with. That is really it, and that is the nail of enough of the tries that we did long before. This is the result of it.
Wow!
So, play the tune. Let people hear about it for 2 minutes. I can go and have a cigarette.
I've got to say, I wasn't at the time. I was cool, but even close to that point, I wasn't that proud. I thought I could have done a better chorus, but I thought the
Brother,
verses were quite
brother,
good.
brother,
Yeah.
brother, make the people have you the song. Don't worry about what you woulda. Make the people have you the song.
All right, well, on this. So
because if you just continue, what I was saying is I would have helped train you for you to train me, and we could have all improved and did more of them.
Of course.
But nobody was serious.
Yes, of course. All right, let's
play on.
This is the Flingfoot Rhythm 2009 UK rhythm produced by Fresh Arder.
With Yard artists and UK artists on it.
Yes,
but play Candyman first.
All right, let's roll.
Well, it's Candyman. It's Candyman. Drum and from the Flingfoot production. So listen, girl, fling your foot and while you're at it, sing the hook. We got them. Everybody know me at the Gal Ambition.
The song's called Gal Ambition, all right? Every song I made was stroking my own.
When I man switch, I sex, I mean, think we do with finances. It's Candyman, girl, child, I'm rich. Everybody know me, I'm the Gal Ambition.
This is the previous live. I'm not Rodigan, but I give the gal a ram jam. That's hilarious.
Yes, I took it. Big up me dinner.
Pure action and not a bag about. Trust me, not a joke.
Girl, them a ring me and a post me on the phone. To them can't wife me become in love with time around. Whenever I'm around, whenever I'm in town.
Bangers say. Banger say, of course it would be a girl song.
I'm setting it off, I'm open it up, and all the bogus stripes and get ripped off. I'm setting it off, I'm popping it off, and all the bogus.
This is Junior Dangerous, you know. Listen, bad man, oh, bad man, ride with him.
Play, and if it's out to my lyrical again now.
And Banger said that it would be a girl tune that you do.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know.
He knows something about you that I don't know.
All right, we got 5 minutes left, so I'm going to play it again because it's bad, see it? So we want to hear it again. So this is Junior Dangerous, UK's biggest kept secret. Wow, it's crazy.
Dangerous! Yeah, man. How we have set it up? You see what I mean? I mean what I say. Keep the beat. I'm setting it off. I'm popping it off.
I know them all the spots that get ripped off now.
I'm leading the way. They didn't see me not go play.
But if it's not to my lyrical like yo.
I'm setting it off. I'm popping it off. I know the bogus stripes them get ripped off now. I'm leading the way. They didn't see me not go play. But if it's not to my lyrical like yo.
I'm setting it off.
Let's go for the second verse now.
Yeah, make us slow it down. Slow it down.
So, hold on. So right now,
yes.
I mean, we spoke about this, but I mean, we got 3 minutes left. But I just wanted to talk
Quickly.
about your plans in terms of what you have coming and where you are going with the music now, because I know you've had a new battery charging, if you will, for the dancehall world.
Well, all right. Let's quickly touch on the jungle world because I've got them sorted. So I had a tune out in March. COVID crashed that. A tune called My Sound. The video got about 7,000 views so far. It was doing well until COVID came out. Let's move on swiftly. I've got a tune coming with Chatterbeat from MPC Records, who also works with Redskins, Kemet. I can't remember all the labels now, but that's really bad. But yeah, we've got a tune called Showtime My Jungle Business. Showtime My Jungle. That's coming very soon. That will release probably next month.
Yeah.
There's also a B-side on it. Yeah, they're looking at. And they're looking, so one's on a Showtime, jungle version of Showtime. And then
Playground Rhythm.
Playground, I can't remember them at the moment.
Yeah.
Playground Rhythm, a jungle version of that. And then on top of that, we've got some songs coming with potential Bad Boy, who's mixed by Shy Effects, one called Step. There's a whole 4-track EP. I don't want to spoil that. That will be a surprise. Then we've got dancehall coming out with Fresh Order. We've got many versions that we're going to put out. And we're going to release singles. We're going to pick which artists we're going to put out, like we did with Flingfoot. They're going to be singles, so we've got a lot. I'm working with City B from Miami also. She's a female producer who's also working with the team. Got a single dropping with her real soon, to name a few. I cannot tell you because there's so much.
I've got
reggae stuff coming out. So 80s dancehall rhythms with modern lyrics with Lion Dub. 4 or 5 of them to drop. Father Jungle Rap rhythm to give you an idea. Respect to all of the gunman, that rhythm track. Ding, 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 ding,
the soap rhythm. Yeah.
Soap rhythm, thank you. I know the names of them, I just can't remember. I'm spinning through. So I've got probably between now and next year, probably got about 10 projects that's going to be released. So there's a lot of work to do. I don't know if you want to finish and come back because there's a whole lot more to say.
Yeah, well, why not? Why not? We got 30 seconds, so I'm just going to do that. Folks, rejoin us. If any information that you don't get in here, obviously this is going on YouTube. Just put it in the comment section. So you know what I mean? Right. I'm gonna look off. Come back. Yeah. All right.
All right, my brother. All right.
All right. Here's the whistle.
Wow, memories, boy. What are you trying to say? You want me to sing something live?
What's that?
You want me to sing something live? Is that what you're insinuating?
You know what? The sound is out of sync.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So,
I'm very happy with that because I wasn't prepared for that.
we'll get there at one stage. We get together. We do a nice little session. Trust me.
That sounds better to me.
Yeah.
Rhythm sound bad, aya. Rhythm sound bad. I don't even remember it sounded like that.
Oh yeah, I see it as Dave Kelly's.
Kelly, I was just gonna say, it sounds like Dave Kelly produced it.
Clearly, it sounds like the original. Let's say the precursor to the stink rhythm, the old dog rhythm. If you
old
listen
dog
to
rhythm,
the drum,
yes. Mad. Anyway. Hold up. Judah Dangerous, Crystal Kid.
I mean,
victim.
So I mean,
oh, you know, I thought it was the Flingfoot rhythm you was playing at first. That's yourself in mind.
I Dave Kelly something this.
That's not said it sound like Dave Kelly. It's Dave Kelly.
So you see, the thing is, right? And you
it's the corduroy rhythm. No, it's a remix of the corduroy rhythm. That's what it is.
There you go. So
I mean, the corduroy rhythm.
But like I said to you before off the air, you know, we talk about your Sweetie, your General Levy, and your Top Cat, them, rare. Them lot can't boast and say they got some 45 on the Penthouse label, first of all, and then Dave Kelly production.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know, I was gonna say this. You know, everybody. Well, I can't say that I never blew up. That's rubbish because I did. But in the dancehall, I did.
Yeah.
Every artist that Dave Kelly touched gets big. So I can say I got big because I reached to some heights that some people might not ever see. So
Yes.
I've got to give thanks for that. You know, getting nominated for a Grammy, touring the world, being #1 in many countries. Big up, Big Rams. I mean, Richard. Big up. More life, more love. Yeah. Many people didn't reach to those levels. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I can't say that I'm an artist that Dave Kelly touched that never went nowhere. But in the dancehall, see, I almost get erased from dancehall because I was pre-recording, if that makes sense.
Yes,
I was out before there was records. I was doing dancehall, and then my records were played locally.
Yeah.
When I was a dancehall artist. So if you wasn't from East or North London,
then you
wouldn't know Junior Dangerous. You wouldn't know Junior Dangerous.
Back then also, even up until the 2000 thing, London reggae, especially the dancehall thing, got very territorial.
That's what I said. If you East and North, yes.
Sun Cycle and a Jang and all that lot.
Yeah, that was all my friends. You know, me and Gappy's met a few times, but Gappy will tell you differently. He knows who I am. You see what I said to you? Yeah,
I'm saying, like, that was more West, because East didn't know nothing about none of that stuff.
No.
You know,
we did because we're artists, but you're right. You're right.
West was having their own little sting shows and thing, and East didn't know a thing about it.
There you go. But so it was difficult as a dancehall artist, because I never called myself a UK artist, because I pride myself on trying not to sound like I come from the UK.
No, of course not.
Only because, not because I want to be a Jamaican and I'm fake. No. It's, if you're, you know, when I rap, I can rap also. I sound American because when I started, rap was American. You understand? Ready to come up, but player haters want to see your gun between my eyes because they don't want to see me rise. It ain't nice. Yo, this don't happen overnight. Many effed up days and many sleepless nights. It takes years. Blood, dust, sweat, and tears. Living the real life and surviving the nightmares. It's kind of hard having this ghetto mentality. We choose this lifestyles because it's a reality. You understand what I'm saying to you? I sound American because that was my influences. So because I wasn't into English sound tapes like the Saxons, and I was into creation.
Yes.
Stereo one.
Yes.
You understand? Jammies.
Yes.
Jaro. So my influence were Papa San first and foremost. Gonna get me hot this year.
Dirts, man. Yeah.
Major Worries.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Lieutenant City, but more so Ricky Stereo.
Ricky Stereo. Yes.
TV no one from me, TV no one. And I had a lightweight voice. So that was the man, him and Lecturer, who I really followed.
Wow, yeah.
I tried to sound like Sam, but I followed Lecturer and Ricky Stereo. A lot of people don't know that. So that is my era, and that's who I was into. So it was difficult for me to sound like a Londoner, you know, like many mess with me now for do it because make embarrassment. I never had no styles like that.
Yeah.
The closest I've got to that was it's getting hot in here style. We make them got 10 years, girls them looking for 10 years. They're just gonna lock in here. Time for the show them have been doing it from year to year, from up on same pattern, measure them to you. Hang before man, them are really like here. Before spec up and sing, hanging at the year, play that to sad nursing, and salad here. And one day came with another fair from Saxon and Caxon and I go by your car. That's the closest, and even that doesn't sound like an English style. Big up Wizology. Big up Wizology. Big up Mr. Wiz, DJ Wiz in the building. You're late, but big up.
Never mind. We'll
you understand? Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is it was very difficult for me to have a bracket to fit in, because they always said you're not as good as the yard artist. Yeah. But then you're not sound like the English artist. So I don't know what to do with you.
Yeah.
That's what they used to say to me. I don't know what to put you in. What bracket can you put in? Because you don't sound like UK.
Yeah.
And then the other UK artist said, "Charm me now power with him in a car." Not that I steal his limelight, but his thing is different.
It is different. And
you get me?
I do believe because of the sound that we're hearing.
Yeah.
Of course, when I listen to dancehall, I didn't want to listen to the man that I'm hearing and I'm hearing Cockney and English, because that's what dancehall is. So when it comes to you, we're not hearing no English. So this is why. Yeah, that may have been a problem to the average English artist.
Candyman, that made it difficult for me.
Yes, exactly.
Because I'm an East Londoner. Most of my friends were little rude boys. Why, me saying, fam? They spoke like that.
Exactly.
I did have enough Yardman friends from Spanish time. Enough of them, I'm a friend of them. Don't get it twisted. But more time I'm with my youth, them on the corner.
See,
and that wasn't the colloquialisms. We wasn't speaking like that. So it was very difficult for me. That's why Mafia and Fluxy took to me.
Yes.
That's why I think Ray Opaz, when he wanted to put Shabba on the Marvin Gaye tune, put me on there.
Yeah.
Because I had that sound. But for the locals, it was, nah, brother, I'm not sure about that. Where I'm from? Where I'm come from? You get me? Or where's he from? That's what I got when people say, when did you come here from Jamaica? That's what I got from people.
Yeah, when did you come in? Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I got from people. So it didn't sit well with others. You understand what I'm saying to you? So the big people in the business loved it because then what you call the finished article.
Wow. So I mean, so of course, this is what bugs me more than anything. Because this ain't no joke right here, right? So I'm saying, you know, I don't believe, or I haven't been able to find a trace of 7-inch with Junior Rasni and Punit.
Yeah, so Mafia Fluxy got one.
Oh, they did 7 inches.
Yeah, where they get the body, where they get the shape from, what about you? Which was a big tune. Actually, that's the song that I voiced on dubplate for Stone Love, for Rory. Where on the getting a dub, where on the getting a plate from, what about you? A dub plate, use it, kill, jump, and watch it. So nobody, that's the tune I did on dub for Stone Love.
So what I was gonna, because outside of Mafia and Fluxy, because they did press 7s, they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But outside of them, I was thinking, this is 95, so.
No, there was 12 inches. 12 inches.
No, I know that. You got your thing is all 12. That's what I'm saying. This was the bad boy that's like 7. So
there's two. But there's 3. Nobody bad from the bone, and I think that was to George as well.
Yeah.
And this one.
Yeah.
There was 3. So 91, 92, and then 90, 95.
Yeah. So this one comes at the time where you started to, like, say,
tour the world,
but also, as you said, you were losing. I don't know what you were losing, but you were gaining more with your lady.
No, not yet. That came when I got signed to Polygram.
Okay, and so
so Mercury put out the 12-inch.
Yes.
Dave Kelly loved the remix that he did. We paid Dave Kelly for a remix.
Yeah, no doubt. So
right.
What I wanted to get at is that even after the Mercury thing fell through, for you, let me ask this: why did you not, or maybe it didn't appeal to? But then again, you can ask it. Why did you not try your hand in Jamaica itself?
Because I had a jungle career and it was taking off massively, and we got a record deal with Avex, which is a whole nother story that we got robbed. Yeah, Shabba. You know, I mean, there was 8 to 10 tracks put out, or a whole album put out with Junior Dangerous and MC Shabba. We had a massive song with Get Shabba Murder, Get Dangerous Murder. When we get mad, we get man, Get Dangerous Murder.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had a massive tune, and they signed it to Avex, and they paid bags of money, I think almost 6 figures, and we didn't get a penny of it. But them time that was good. I'm not gonna lie, so it didn't. You know, I was good. I was real good. I had a 6-figure salary. It didn't mean nothing to me, so that's why I didn't try my hand in dancehall or going to Jamaica. I had a career in jungle. Yeah, you know, and remember, I was heavily hooked up with the rappers.
Yes, because you at this point we're already rubbing shoulders with Biggie and them.
I had a link with all the rappers. I was cool with the rappers. You know what I mean? I could have phoned Pete Rock probably. You know, my friend Caesar was in Uptown in the Bronx. He was up there at Mount Vernon with these people.
Mount Vernon,
Sony studio. Using Sony studio. So I had that link. I had the links. The man them loved me, but I loved the street.
Yeah. You see, I think.
So my wife never took me away from the music. Hear what my wife took me away from? The street.
The streets, yes.
But I always which was my mistake. I connected the street to the music.
Yes, indeed.
I wanted to be a bad boy artist.
Yeah.
It doesn't go.
No, it doesn't.
Because at the time, that 95, 96, 97, a lot of my friends had got killed.
Yeah.
So you understand?
As far as I know, it's only worked for just Supercat alone.
No, man, Supercat is a different kettle of fish.
Right.
That's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say Supercat mixed the badness with the music. Only Josie Wells did. No. Only Josie Wells did that. Josie Wells, Buckstone man in public. Supercat kept it private, but because of his name, people knew he did things.
Yeah.
Josie Wells would kick down the man and say, "Oh, hey boy, what you do?"
I mean,
do you know this? And this is a fact. Here's a little dancehall history. Josie Wells was with Supercat's sister. That's why Supercat got bad.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me because
because Josie Wells is the original bad man DJ.
Yes, definitely.
Hammer Mouth, bad man DJ. Busy Signal, bad man DJ. Spragga Benz, real life bad man.
Yeah.
Ugly Man who became Ninja Man became a bad man.
Yeah, yeah.
No, became a bad man.
Yeah,
Nicodemus, serious cat DJ. Cut up your blouse and skirt. Serious cat. Yeah? So there's not many that did it in the streets. I know Cartel as well, but we talk about the old ones. Dirtman, R.I.P., bad man DJ. Major Worries.
Leroy Smart, yeah.
Major Worries, Leroy Smart, bad man. You see me? So remember, these people that I'm mentioning, Bounty Killer, well, Bounty Killer weren't around then, but when he did come, Bounty Killer, Cobra, they were my idols.
Oh, yeah.
Ninja Man, although I love Papa San, I love the badness. Me,
yeah,
love
definitely.
The badness.
Yeah.
Love badness. You know, like Uncle D, man, and I don't like bigging him up, but how he love beer badness. That was me as a youth. Jeans off my waist. You know how they dress now? We dressing like that in the 80s.
Yeah.
Youth Club, you know, Wood Green Youth Club. I take the mic, but I rude boy lyrics for your chat now. You understand? I don't want shot to the 2 shot to the 3 shot to the 4 5 shot to 6 shot to 7 and more. My go fly all your skull. I go body dangerous kill people on tour. That's why I become a Ken murder race and when we bust them up. Remember, this is before being a man by a killer.
See,
you get me? Yeah. When I work going on the back of the kick, I'm going to test it down, I was chatting Badman lyrics. Always like it. One of our big hits in the ghetto was Man for Rob. Go tell them, say, you can't get a job unless half your dollars or you might get a stop, Man for Rob. You understand? Although that was later, but that we Cowboy Ranger Junior Dangerous was real known. My verse was, where you run for? You don't see me come for Rob. Open up the package and me take way out. Where you run for? You know, I thought I was zebra and tiger, but as I said, I called myself giraffe. Don't laugh. You understand? Giraffe, don't laugh. Yeah, so yeah.
I mean, because for me,
so my wife took me from the streets.
Yes, of course. Because what I'm thinking of, in my selector / dancehall loving mind, I'm thinking this guy worked with the very top. But you see, at the time, to be fair, you didn't know that Dave Kelly was
Dave Kelly.
Now,
I didn't know Teddy Riley. Listen, Teddy Riley just finished producing the Dangerous album. Yes. The man said to call me. Trey Lorenz just finished touring with Mariah Carey. He met me in 291 Club and begged me to do a tune with him. Trey Lorenz, you know, I'll be there.
Yeah, I know Trey Lorenz. Yeah.
I was coming down singing One Day Loving, and he was singing I'll be, and he was swinging up the spiral stairs. The voice, it was angelic. And the man stopped when he heard me, my tone, and when I heard we looked at each other, it was almost a brotherly love moment. He begged me to link him, I didn't. Buju, not forget Buju, Jeremian, Donovan Jeremian, begged me to link him, and I didn't. Yeah, they asked Buju if I could tour with him. Buju said yes before I'd met him.
Yeah.
It wasn't someone introduced us, the labels.
Of course,
Mercury discussed it. We've got the perfect artist to go and tour with you. You're the perfect artist to go and tour with my artist. He's promoting, you're promoting.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the thing that I got to bring in to work with Buju. It was Buju's working with Junior Dangerous, just that Buju's a star and Junior's not.
Yeah.
Wow. You understand what I'm saying to you?
That is madness, Aya. So, I mean, again, so I just want to, I mean, I need to congratulate you for all of these. I mean, you've been at the top of the mountain.
I had a taste of it. I had a big taste of it. And
trust me.
Yeah, I had a big taste of it. And you know what? I feel like between us, me, you, Wiz, and all the people, Fresh Harder, the people that we're working with now, I think if we knuckle down and keep doing what we're doing and preach this unity, we're going to get somewhere again. I feel like, you know what? I feel like I'm going to do a tune with Sample King because I want to do a tune with Sample King. So I'm going to make that happen. And I feel like you're going to give me the link for Goofy. I mean, Goofy's going to do something.
100%.
You understand?
Great.
And I feel like if I work hard, and I'll tell you what I've learned from you and from Wiz lately. My work rate wasn't prolific enough. I was a prolific songwriter, but not a prolific recorder.
Yes.
So you know, Potential Bad Boy's probably got 100 tunes with me, but only 10 of them are finished.
Yeah.
Where I've delivered them, and Fresh Older pointed this point out, I've delivered them, but I perform them as if I'm performing live, which I'm really good at, because I think my strength is live performance, and I'm all right in the studio.
Well, I've seen them both, so.
Yeah, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. So I think if I up the rate and have 3 songs per track that I go on ready and prepared, I think that I can take it by storm, because I've got modern lyrics. I just choose not to DJ them because they're written on particular rhythms.
Yes.
You know, every rhythm that, all right, I'm a mad Massacre fan, so forget that I'm an artist, but every rhythm Massacre is on, I've got a song for.
Yeah.
And how much songs has Massacre got?
Holy.
Right. So I'm saying in 2020,
wow,
I've written 76 songs.
Yeah.
And I still don't think that's enough. because it's not about writing songs. We have to write records.
Yes,
and I feel when I get back to writing records, like I did, like for instance, Barn and Murray's, that's a record. You could play that now. Like Fling Foot, I'm setting it up. You understand? They're records. They're timeless. So when I get back that energy of writing timeless pieces, I think we can start the journey again. However, we do have a lot of stuff coming. Ragga Twins, big up yourself, whichever one you are. In fact, it's Liverpool, so now Flinty Oppins. Big
up Ragga Twins. Yeah, General
Flinty in the building. Fresh out there, I mean.
Hello, man. Big up.
Yeah. This is the part. This is the third part for those who just joined.
Yeah, I mean,
we've been on for nearly 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours.
Mountain of history.
Yeah.
Mountain of history.
We've covered a lot, and I've left out a lot. You know that there's so much more.
Well, you know, thoughts are things. So I would say what you've left out and even what you've given us here. I suggest a man like you, this is my suggestion, who am I at the end of the day, need to make a few notes on paper. Literally.
Do you know where they are? Do you know where my notes are? On the phone that I'm using. I wrote them down.
Well, right.
I should screenshot it and show you.
Of memories, right?
Yeah.
Of those notes, they become somebody's ideas for a movie, let's say.
I would have gone that far.
I would go that far.
Me not ready for that yet.
You may not be ready for that, but I know what I'm talking about.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
I'm
just saying, rude boy. You see, the thing is, right? I mean, you are the UK's unsung one.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Ragga Twins. Sweet, rare. Not everybody knows Junior Dangerous, and we should. That me, I said. So,
I agree with you.
Perhaps you have been the best kept secret for good reason, because you are gonna pop in a different way as you've always done.
You know, from your words to the Father's ears, and I received that. But I do believe with this newfound energy and the real hard work, which was lacking the first time round. Because I'll tell you what I had the skills.
Yes. And
in a time where skills mattered.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Right.
You couldn't be in there if you didn't have skills back then.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the work rate matters. The marketing, the imagery, you know, the team. Team is very important. Now, I feel like I've got the media personalities in the right place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to beg back friends with some of these old time selectors. If they recall in their head, they would remember, well, you know, the Ricky Troopers and these type of people, they would remember because I was around when they were starting.
Yes.
You understand? I was around when they were starting. So if they remember and they pick their memory, they'll remember playing my songs or hearing me DJ with all their friends. You understand? And as a young artist, and maybe because I didn't sound like an English artist, they didn't record. They must have thought he's a little yard man, one hit wonder, when I see him again.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it happened a lot.
But I was around then. I was around. I remember when Ricky Trooper Face came to trends. I remember when Jeremy Lee was playing Jaro. And Hammerman and Shark came and Trooper didn't.
Wow.
89. You understand what I'm saying?
Jeremy Lee, Wow.
Yeah, right. So that's the point I'm making. But I was around. You know, I performed with, you see, the 80s artists, except Admiral Bailey, nearly all of them. You know, one time, this is a real crazy story. I was walking in Dalston with Shabba Ranks. And people were stopping traffic, and I swear to God, they were saying, Shabba, danger, Shabba. They was like that. They didn't know who to say hello to.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's your end, so everybody knows.
Locally, I was a star. Anyone who knows that. Even if I didn't have records, Hackney Downs, Clissold Park, you understand? Roundwood Park, Carnival, I was a star. You couldn't tell them little girls from Hackney Free that, you know, Junior Dangerous wasn't a star. Trends, Maxims, you understand? Rosemary's, I was a star. Rampage Sound,
Splash,
Boogie Bunch, Splash. You see, Stylo G, me and his father took that one night. Me, Cowboy, and his father, Poison Chan,
Poison Chan,
We took that Splash one night and we turned it upside ras. So they started a riot. They was getting petrol from the petrol station to burn it down. We started a fight in there. We mashed up the place so much.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And I always had the hood backing me.
Yes.
But that was my mistake.
Yeah. That's you. I'm not agreeing
I wanted
with you,
to be.
saying,
No. Oh, right. CP says she's got the pictures.
Well.
You have to send them to me, DM, please,
you know
please, Classy T.
Classy T, what?
Send them. I'm not going to say your proper name, but please send them to me. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, you say unsung hero, but those who know me know. Those who don't know, they're getting to know now.
That's
but
the
those
thing.
who know me
I'm
know.
saying unsung to the people that don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
For those who don't know, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, you know.
But we have some big plans. We have some big plans. I'm ready
Yes.
to make a forward again. You know, I was speaking to Jazzwad, and I was actually running joke with him, yeah, the other day on his live, and he played me a rhythm that he's probably going to send to me. Fingers crossed he does. And he said to me, "You disappeared." But see, he didn't even know where I disappeared to.
Exactly. Not even him. Yeah, exactly.
No, he didn't know. He didn't know. And he said, "You're not making a comeback, my brother. You're just re-forwarding. You was always a dancehall artist. So why are you saying you want to make a comeback?"
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He just said, "You're making a forward again." And I love that. That inspired me again. And when I speak to people in the business, and I mean the people in the business,
yeah, the business
they always ask me, "What did you do? Where did you go?"
Yeah.
It's still here for you.
Because they know, they know
it's still here for you. But are you as good as you used to be?
Mm. From what I heard, obviously, yes. Possibly. Today's world even better.
Yes, self-praise is no recommendation, so thank you.
Yes.
You know, I can't say that about myself for myself. But I do know that my level of work rate has improved because I didn't start writing lyrics till I wrote my album.
Yeah.
Which was 95.
Wow.
And the album never got released.
So
everything was freestyle.
87 to 95.
I made that in my head, and that was my biggest lyrics back in the day. In 1986, 87, oh, McDonough had a farm with a wife called Helen, and then the family has some doesn't a couple of hen, with a clock here, and a clock there, and a clock now one then, when 1985, Raya Sapana was built in my head.
Wow.
You understand? So I never wrote lyrics. In fact, Bugs is one who helped me write lyrics, my brother-in-law.
See,
I remember I met his sister in 95.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm saying to you. So writing lyrics wasn't a thing. I was the king of freestyle. You know, like Ninja Man. I could freestyle on the spot. You know, I could look at Candyman and say, "Me just drink a brandy, man. Candyman have a sister make me randy, man. So me I go see projects of Shandy, man. Cool, now make me tell about Candyman, about Candyman." You understand? That's how I was. Yeah, that's how I was. That's how I could write lyrics on the spot. So I didn't know about writing lyrics. So now we've got all the tools of the trade now. So if we're gonna make a run forward for it, I think with the team and the set of people that we've got behind us, and you know the links that we've got between us, I think we can take it back to that level. And I say back for once to that level and maybe above.
Definitely.
So those who didn't know get to know now.
I have no doubt about that. Oh man.
You understand? But I do have some projects coming up real soon.
And we you know, obviously I have a small platform. However,
the platform is small, man. And if 2 people are listening, it's not small, man.
Well, you don't know. I'm just saying, I'll echo everything that you got going on. You know what I mean? I said, anything.
Well, when it's ready to drop, you'll be the first to get it.
Yeah, man. Respect.
And you and the one Wiz. I know Wiz no one no plate from me though. I told him to send me his email address. I'm going studio Friday or the game one. You get me? And likewise yourself, if you want anything on that anytime. You're 2 people that don't have to pay for that.
Well.
Yeah. So anytime you're ready, you know, you just have to phone Fresh Order and tell him where you want.
Yes. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, because I'm recording by Fresh Order as well as other places. But
all right, boom.
That's my home. You understand?
That is my second. That little boy.
Yeah, that's my second. Look out for Fresh Order on production, Bigger Bassy Records and other labels on production.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Lyrically.
Fresh Order's busy, man. You know, he's
man, the man has skills as well. He's got skills and he's got an amazing brain.
Yeah.
Plans, you know. Anyway, you're part of the team anyway. As my brother Wiz says, you know the Schweppes.
Yeah, the Schweppes is right. That's yo. So Junior, I just want to again thank you for I cannot express enough my gratitude. As you know, my slogan or my little, it's long-winded, but I gotta do it. So you can lose money and get more than what you lost. You can lose a partner, wife, husband, rare. And you can get 10 more gal if you have it in you. But time is the one thing that you spend that is spent and you never recover. So you have chosen to spend this time here with me, us here on this
long time.
So I am so grateful for that, and you know, because you've given me something, us something here. You know, it's precious. It's the one thing that you never get back in the whole universe. So you know, I'm so grateful for that.
Well. At least we got the wonderful thing called YouTube, so I can hear it back.
Exactly. That's really
so we give thanks to that. And you know what? We look forward to working hard and making this stuff happen again.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
indeed.
And
Indeed.
even if it's not with me, I've got sons that's got skills, and I've got artists that I would work with and I would help and I'd write with and so forth. So you know what? Drop off of the head, land on the shoulder.
Yes, indeed.
You understand? So that's what I'll leave the people there with.
Yes, definitely. All right, bless you, Father. Yes, man.
Yes, man.
We'll definitely be in touch. And,
that goes without question. We don't have to speak about our relationship.
There you
go. Thank you, CB. We don't have to speak about our relationship on the live.
Yes,
because that's real life.
Classy Tees, don't waste time with the pictures, by the way. You're on YouTube now, right? All right then, big man. So respect, fellow sir. Yeah,
man. Bless it.
I got some editing to do right now, but
I hear you.
Yes, sir.
All
right.
Big up.